Dick, I'm apparently a bully. They're hitting me on the Jack Talcot. You want to tune in to Talcot, man? Let's see if he's talking, man.
Am I gonna get struck for that? Are they gonna try to tag me?
No, you'll be good.
No,
you push around
As
a
long as we're there
effeminate
making
man.
listen,
commentary.
Yo, dude, he found a place where they think
man.
he found a place where they think he's like some kind of sage, dude. Like,
What's it
they're
called
like,
again?
Boy.
We
what I
Are
was
Awake
told.
TV.
That's what
We Are Awake
Tommy was
TV.
saying. He
What
said
is
it's a
it?
big deal. He said it's gonna be Clash of the Titans. It's gonna be like the fucking
Guys, everybody flood We Are Awake TV right now. Start flooding. Flood We Are Awake TV. Everybody here. Flood their chat.
What is even
No,
that?
don't do that. No, don't
No,
do
don't
that.
do that.
Don't come on here and do
Just
that. How
watch it
dare
on
you?
here.
Everyone
wait, 'cause
immediately
watch it on
ignore what
here.
he just said.
Oh, because they'd
Yeah.
have to leave. Fuck. Sorry. I didn't realize that.
No,
I
and
gotta-
not even
What is
that.
even
Not
that?
even that. We don't advocate for folks going anywhere and doing anything.
No.
All right.
Yeah,
I
here
take
in
it
Los
back,
Angeles.
everybody. I
You
take
don't
it
ever
back.
do that, ever.
It's
This is
one
why I have no
view
friends.
versus them
As
getting like
soon as
50
I start
views.
liking someone, they go to command and
I take it
everyone to
back.
doing shit.
Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Like I'm a little new to the game.
Watch that, please.
Yeah, you can get striked for that shit. Even like
Live.
Right.
We're on live.
Yeah. Even like putting down someone's phone number. And
People don't like to watch.
But yo, this is his new home. There he is. It's his new home.
Bring physics into it.
You know, Jack
No.
goes off-
You think the thing pays more than the balls.
He comes off as a genuine nice person at first glance.
Much love, man.
First time you hear him.
Now I realize.
It's after you listen to him for a bit, you realize he's just
Fuck.
Jen, do you want to
Uttering
hop in here?
nonsense
Good to
that
see
really
you up
goes
on the
nowhere.
panel again. It's been a
Yep.
while. Much love to you.
Hey, Ian, so
Why
glad to
is this doing
see
that?
you and everyone. I wanted just to kind of, I met a really cool girl today. And,
Like they think he's like a
her name
sage,
is
dude. They've been
Malibu.
big up, man. It's crazy. He
So
found.
there's this. So this is where we're at. Is now
I was on his panel.
he's now like
earlier,
found his niche to give
and,
advice to people who want to be like him.
we
Right.
were talking about some really deep
It was
things,
bound to happen.
and
This is why
a
so many
couple of
people's
things
lives
that
go so
resonated
wrong.
with me
Right.
in the beginning when Sunkissed was on is the whole thing
wait till he
about
takes over.
self-love,
He is
By the way, are we
Jack,
like?
he
Am
just
I
comes
buying
there
that
and
this
you know,
woman looks like that?
not hating on
And
each
again,
other,
this is back
and
to
not
this is the cruel joke that God is playing on all of you slaves out there. This woman that you're all lusting for, I know it right away. This woman in the corner, she's very lost, confused, and broken, and that's evidenced by the fact that she's now prostrating before Jack Talcot for advice.
Wait, can I get
You'll
some background on this?
immediately ignore that. You'll go to lusting after her because of her fake. What do they call that now? The filtering. She's filtered out like some kind of water. She's Berkeyed out. She's Berkeyed out like a water filter. And you're looking at some now projection, and you're lusting over, and she's spiritually broken. And Jack Talcot's going to give her advice to come back home to you to further ruin your life.
Wait,
So this is good stuff.
one question.
projecting something.
One question. Go ahead.
I'll just ask you or Z. What is the context of this show? What is Jack Talcott trying to do? Like,
Enlighten everyone.
Talcot is like a guy who comes up on the panel and he basically just like projects his own shit on everyone but he's like another Pedini where he's like kind of forces his knowledge on you whether you like it or not, but then like
He's
he
a
doesn't ever have
guru.
anything great to say. Yeah.
Self-proclaimed guru with no followers.
With a really bad temper, and he'll like
Right.
rage quit off the panel, like
All right, I want to get the advice. Come on.
And
What channel?
or
Who is
assuming
this?
Shut up. I want to get the advice.
whatever. I want to, Ian is, for those that don't know me, Ian is one of the first people to ever give
Could
me.
you
Yo, notice her
imagine,
voice
by the
doesn't
way?
match that picture. Like she has the voice of like a 57-year-old ex fucking casino worker who smokes 2 packs a day. Yet
A
her
dealer?
picture looks Yet her picture looks like a fucking 22-year-old co-ed from like fucking Arizona State.
Yeah,
Give me
she
a
got
break.
that off
Let's go
Google. She got that off
1877.
Google. I noticed that. The voice is
Like
not
that.
matching up. Something's off there. But
I feel bad because she's over here in your channel a lot too. I think I see this girl.
If you play this out 6 months and somehow this gets viewership and taken off, you will see the cult that they were talking about. Oh, ma'am, I think the best option is for you to get out of your imagination and get over to my hovel immediately, so that I can do some interpersonal therapies on you and with you. Okay, that's like it'll be that quick and easy. You'll see Talcot in this long white robe, out in some yurt, surrounded by women who are just have this look in their eye, just this blank stare. It's gonna happen. This was bound to happen, folks. Now you're gonna see the dark and ugly side of the business that I'm in. Right? You're gonna really see it rear its ugly.
After seeing this tonight, because I used to go on this channel, I almost quit YouTube. I almost said to myself, I'm never going online again. Because of the same thing that you just expressed is what I fucking thought, dude.
Me a voice on this platform. And I was already caught up in the whole religious aspect of things. And I was already in a mindset where you can't be of anything else, or I don't really want to word it that way, but I want to word it to the point to where can
we just get out of your imagination and get back to my bedroom, ma'am?
You get sucked in to a place where you think that religion overrides anything else on a truther community. How about that? I'll rephrase it to that. But
do you guys want me to pop on this channel and get Talcot going?
Yeah.
You want me to do it? You want me to do it?
The emissary, if you will.
No, because they hate me. Dude, they love hating me over here, dude. They love hating me on this channel.
Just ask him, Jack, where did it all go wrong? Why are you estranged from your family? Why are they going to take your house? I just want to know what you're going to do about all that.
Or somebody else. Jeff, do you want to go? Do you want to go in as like a go ahead, Jeff.
Send Jeffrey, double agent Jeffrey.
Yeah. Because if I go, they're going to make it all about me because I'm I'm a controversial figure over there, but they don't know Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's a vegan too. He might be able to use his covering.
Jeffrey, tell him you know Z and you know Sovereign Dave, and they'll let you on. Just say I know Z, but I'm here to talk.
And tell him I'm a very influential vegan.
Tell him you know.
Or Dick can go. Yo, they know Dick. Dick, do you want to go on a mission?
Tell him you know Officer Murphy.
Yo, they'll let Dick in.
Justin Pedini.
You fucking slaves all know these people? I'm embarrassed for you.
Yo, I'm embarrassed myself.
What does that say about me?
This isn't right, Paul.
Maybe Dick should go. Or Thomas.
Do you guys want me to go in?
Over there. No one's going over. You guys are all.
I'll go.
Pretty high right now.
I'll leave right now. I'll leave the stand broadcast and I'll go over there. All right.
Do it. Where? Oh my God, do it, man.
Do it.
Somebody's got to go.
Can I play me? Okay. How do I? All right. Let me see.
I'll go. I was gonna go.
Shut up, Thomas. You failed.
YouTube.
The time is up. You failed. I gave everyone the option. I put the sword out front. Nobody grabbed it. Now I'm going in. You filthy fucking slaves. I'm going to show you how this is done. Shut up, Thomas. You failed.
Felt that one not necessarily
This is classic.
Well, I thought so-and-so was going to feel this way about me.
Are you in real time now, Paul, over there?
No, it don't work that
All right,
way.
cool.
Not everybody has the ability to give what they don't possess.
Everybody can be quiet.
And if you don't possess it, you can't give it. So I think discernment comes when you do self-reflection. That's my whole point. You have to get to the bottom of what's going on and deeply rooted in your life before you can give advice to someone else. And then being an example, like Sunkiss talked about. You have to be the example.
Dick, they ripped on me for the first half hour.
I think she's mixing up Sunkissed with Sun Tzu. Ma'am, Sunkissed is a soda. Sun Tzu is a master of war. You might want to correct that.
With someone seeing you struggle, but there is a lot when you refuse to be truthful about what it is that you struggle with. We're not all on the same page. But in order to get real discernment, I feel like you have to come out of an occult mindset, no matter what aspect of life it is, and you have to be open-minded, and you've got to receive what it is the energy of that other person is giving you.
Discerned
What
it.
is that noise? Are they making explosion noises and shit?
Yeah, they make explosion noises.
Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
No, I'm not.
So
Dude,
he's like
these
a
are
law
the people that I
abstraction.
mock.
Is he
I'm
like a
mocking
new
all
age-
these people indirectly.
So he's like a new age.
They're
teacher?
doing morning zoo sound effects.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm gathering? He's like a new age, type. I'll help you with blah blah blah, therapist guru type person.
Pretty much.
Who are you talking about? Who?
Jack.
It'll be taken
Oh,
care
Jack.
of. You'd be surprised at the changes that happen.
He's got Jack's picture.
It means going to get rich. You don't have
He's
to,
got Jack's picture.
but you'll get what you need. You don't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Those are
saw
pretty
me.
profound
He
words.
just saw me
When
down
people
there in the
sing it
backstage
car
area,
while
and
they
he's
hear
shaking
that
his head
song,
now.
but that's the real thing. When you realize the difference between wants and needs. Of course, we want what we need, but you don't always need what you want.
He's
And
giggling.
in that type of manifestation situation, whereas
He's
I just
giggling
don't-
like a
it's
schoolgirl.
easy
You
to
hear?
worry about those things, but I just go, okay, this is what it is. I'll be okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
Come on, I'm in the backstage,
Might
man.
not be as luxurious.
Don't
as it's been
let
in the
me
past,
in
so to
2
speak.
seconds.
It's okay. We got what we need.
Hey, Paul,
Come
And
on,
it's
man.
by this
Let
focus.
me
of
on,
lost.
man.
Look at the fear they put into everybody.
It's
with
'cause you have
German
Jack's
German
picture as
mad
your fucking
scientist
thing.
character.
That's not
It's
right.
over
Why are
in
they discriminating
Switzerland
against
right now? You've own nothing and you will like it. Look what that did. Everybody was like, hell, fuck
Come
you.
on, man. Let me
and
on,
everybody get
man.
all mad about it. And they start focusing on that concept of owning nothing and eating cricket paste and shit. And
Right.
the plan goes marching on. Be careful about what you pray for, because the feeling is the prayer. If you pray for something,
Here comes Jack.
that's exactly what you're going to
wants to
get.
talk.
You're going to get the expectation of it occurring. This is why the prayer has to be the feeling and the extreme belief that what you pray has already come to fruition, that it already is so. I mean, accompanied by this secret ingredient, gratitude, extreme gratitude for it having already happened. That's how prayer works.
Boom!
So let's pause for a second. I heard you like to censor people, Ian. There's some people waiting. I'm gonna add
Yep.
them on. Censor people, Ian. You align.
This guy's
with
censoring.
YouTube
I'm in the
censorship.
back.
What the fuck is that? Get out of here with that trash. So we're got some people over here that are probably trying to play some games. Let's see what happens here. Much love, everyone. Let's add a couple people on. See what happens here. Much love.
Play some games.
Oh,
Much love,
Lord.
guys. Jeffrey Phillips.
Hey, can I just get everybody back out of their imagination and back to the now? And can we really start focusing on what we're going to do to stop slavery and genocide on the ground?
It all starts with now. When we get out of the past and we get out of our heads, we can come into our hearts and be in the spirit of being with the knowing that we can do better in the future, Mr. Unslavious.
Is that your opinion?
Well, what are the facts? What does your logic and reasoning say about what I said?
Well, the facts are revealing to me that if we don't have an action plan on how to reverse the cause and effect state of what's created slavery and genocide, then just merely imagining it going away is not going to be enough, man.
I agree with you, but
But
cause
if you
of
free your
genocide-
mind, your ass will follow.
Amen.
How
The cause
exactly do you free your mind? Whoa! I think somebody set off an explosion or something.
How do you free your mind?
How
You
does
come
one
to-
free your mind if they're still caught up in their imagination?
Well, that's the whole thing. You have to get out of the imagination.
Kind of like imagining
Find out who
ending
you
legal
are.
secrets and ending the Federal Central Reserve, but not doing anything on the ground to stop your house from being taken or accepting money from the military.
Well,
How
what
about
do
we
you
just focus
suggest?
on
What do you
now?
suggest?
I suggest truly freeing our mind and heart and our body following and not following policy and code and creating a life and a living that is exemplary in leadership and co-creation and communal activity, not sitting on YouTube all day waiting to give your property and rights away.
Okay. Well, don't you think that the first step in that, of course, we know that in creation, the very first thing that is the ingredient for creation is thought, and then into the word from that thought, and from there is where creation comes about. In order to free people from slavery, we have to first show them that they are actually in slavery, because there's a real clever trick. There's nothing more clever than having a group of slaves that don't know that they're slaves. But once this is pointed out, once you can crack through the programming of it, and you have more and more and more waking up to the idea of, hey, I am not here for this. There is more. There's more to this creation, this divine creation that I am, than this bullshit that we put ourselves into. My son, for instance, he's been waking people up as to how this was done to you and how you've been brought into this. You were compliant to it, basically. And what it comes down to is you have to become non-compliant to it.
Hey, sovereign soul, unchained mind. Can I get us back to the now and out of your imagination? Is it possible that most folks already know they're enslaved but are just too damn stupid or cowardly to do anything about it, or unwilling?
Well, there are those, but I'm not going to paint everybody with a broad brush.
Can I speak to this? There's multiple forms of enslavement. There's enslavement within this physical realm, slaves to the fiat, slaves to emotions, well, slaves to the orders of and opinions of others, you know, seeking celebrity and seeking notoriety, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like folks who make a website, jacktalcot.com, and say, contact us so you can have a better life, and then abandon it because nobody contacted you.
Is that relevant to now? Anyway, the other form of slavery is slavery. Well, the only way slavery exists is when humans focus on the past. And so that we can become slaves to the ego until we surrender ourselves to the divine.
Kind of like talking about saving the whole world while you can't even save your own ass, your property, and your own rights. Kind of like that ego.
Well, that exists within your mind, but not in my reality.
Right. All right, well, I gotta go. Hey, guys, you know, it doesn't seem like I'm finding much.
I'll let you out. See you later. You and all your cronies could kick rocks, and we'll continue our conversation without all the childish games.
I got caught up in my imagination, guys. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if I
down flag out with him. Were they together or?
Yeah. So okay. So I get what this is now. I get what this is now. This is another. This is another sort of loser collection, a collection of loser-like folks. Because I noticed the chat. I had the smell. I went in there. There was a smell in there. It smelled like failure and broken dreams. And I looked in the chat. Sure enough, Illuma Tommy was in there and a few other folks who just represent utter disjointed failure in their imagination, thinking that there's some kind of legend, right? So I see what this is now. Everywhere I go, like, I'm unwanted, right? I'm the bad guy. Me and my cronies, we're just so bad and evil by giving you some exposure and doing a bit, right? And highlighting the absurdity of you having Jack Talcot on like some authority when he's done and been nothing noteworthy. He's literally losing his house, estranged from his whole family, have women come up on the panel here regularly and disparage him because of his ignorant, egoic ineptness, right? But I'm the asshole, right? I'm the jerk off. I got it.
Let me tell you exactly what you want to hear. but your friends will tell you what you don't want to.
Seeking celebrity.
Yeah, I'm seeking celebrity. Jack Talcot's absolutely not looking for any attention or validation with whole channels, whole websites, whole brands. You know, him and the Lagoon Creature with their merch store, the whole deal, right? It's just so fascinating. So let's continue on here and hear what they have to say. You said I wasn't going to get yelled at and I wasn't going to get struck. See, now there's no telling what they might do because that boy was upset. Did you see his face? He was quite upset. Yes, he was.
Well, that exists within your
You'll be all right.
Not in my reality.
Right. Well, I got to go. Hey, guys, you know, it doesn't. He threw me out. He threw me out.
See you later. You and all your cronies could kick rocks, and we'll continue our conversation without all the childish games. No reason to come around here, you know? Plenty of places to go on YouTube.
You know, like, we're above it all. We just sit around on panel and talk about saving the world. But when I ask everybody what they actually do, you get nothing but heads looking down and silence. But we're not with the childish game. Why don't you put a suit on and run for Libertarian caucus? Why don't you go run for caucus? I think you'll do well. I think your neck is suited to it with all the cocking going on.
Flag out with him? Were they together or they just coincidentally together?
Yeah, they all came in here.
Yeah, they came in here to fucking pick on Jack. That's what they came in here for, was to fuck with Jack.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, you need to find them and you go to their house. You need to rape them, not because you're gay, but just to prove a point.
Actually, what they don't realize is I intend on succeeding with or without their approval. And people,
I intend on forcing my belief system on them and everyone around them and not leaving when told to. And they just don't get that. That I'm like going to be like completely successful by being passive aggressive, covert narcissist, forcing my belief system on everyone. And now finding a community where I'm being validated and enabled, which is going to really create a monster. I'm going to love this story. Oh, thank you, Mr. Z, and the rest for now keeping me abreast of this story so I can watch this magical game unfold.
Oh, yeah. He'll be here 3 to 4 nights a week. This will be his new home. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm well acquainted with this channel. Trust me.
See, the thing about it, though, is Jack Talcot will never quite quench his thirst by being there. He'll still have to come back here because he'll subconsciously know that he's a fraud, and him being on a panel full of frauds isn't as good as being on a panel with someone who's the real deal, right? The X factor, as you say, sir.
Like that are revealing their character. They're creating history of their lack of integrity, their lack of honor, and their lack of respect. I know who I am.
He's giving a lashing.
It's like,
yeah, because, you know, who you are in a broadcast is way more exemplary important than who you are day to day in your real life. Right. That's how life works. I'm honorable because I talk on a broadcast. You're not because you talk this way on a broadcast. Yeah, I'm losing my home and my rights and live off the government B system, but I'm way more integral and honorable. Right.
I had that channel that went.
Did he also say honorable, by the way? Kind of like that.
And it was a 3-hour fuck with Jack.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, you need to find them and you go to their house. You need to rape them. Not
yes.
gay, but just to prove
that was a great line. Go rape me and prove a point. Yeah, because you're gonna rape me, right, Jack? Like, who's this fucking soy boy bozo wearing a winter hat in the house? Another too hip for his own good, too cool for school jerk off, right? I'm out in the fucking cold with no heat. I don't wear that kind of hat, but he's wearing that hat in the house in front of Ronald McDonald because he's a fucking clown. Yeah, why don't you and Jack Talcot both come to my house and try to rape me, fuckface? We'll see how that goes for you. I don't think you can get it done.
Depend on succeeding with or without their approval. And people like that are revealing their character. They're creating history of their lack of integrity, their lack of honor. And their lack of respect. I know who I am.
It's like I had that channel that went after me. I haven't even watched the video. Just somebody texted me and said, "Hey, they're ripping on you pretty good." I looked, and it was a 3-hour stream this guy did on that one we had that night where Z went off on the physics professor and
here we go. We're going to talk about me.
Both in the same panel.
See how my name always comes up, Dick?
Well, yeah, because now you're one of them.
How dare
See how
you.
this all, see how it all winds up working now? We're now creating the secondary pussy powwow area where it's said without said that certain folks are undesirables. Usually the folks who like give it to you real and straight and maybe have a, you know, an abrasive sense of humor when it's appropriate. See, it's not appropriate 5 seconds ago, but when the other kid wanted to say you should rape us, that was funny. See, there's no continuity with these people. Don't look for
it. Right. Dude, you got it exactly
Bo
right,
Shaney
man.
hasn't found his way over there already. You think you'd see him up there?
So what did you
Right
do to these
alongside
people?
with
How
Jack.
did you, where did you point to me on the doll where you hurt them?
Oh man, I don't even want to get started, dude. I can go on and on, but I'll make it real quick because they're probably going to see this, dude. I was on there. Paul, Dick knows the whole story, man. I was on there for a while, and then all of a sudden, I had this fucking blow up with one of their characters. That girl you see Sunkiss there, right? So
which one is that? Is that the man who wears the hat in the house?
no, she's the girl in the lower left corner. Whatever. She's whatever. Long story short. So the girl in the lower left corner, her, right?
Right.
So they go off on me, right? They do this whole Zetetic warrior exposed thing, right? I'm a fucking misogynist. I'm this, that, and the other thing.
Well, because you questioned an African American, and that's outside of the rules. That's an African
Exactly, exactly.
You don't get into it with her. I thought you knew better. I tried to teach you the whatever. Go on.
Right. So Dick was there for the whole thing. He saw the whole thing go down, right? He watched it. I did nothing untoward. Anyway, so I left him alone, man. So then as my channel started to grow, just like Dick said, this individual reached out to me. All right. He texted me because he had my number and he apologized. All right. Then I didn't get back to him. He texted me again. So I got back to him. I said, okay, I'll come on your show. We'll build some bridges, X, Y, Z. Right. So he reached out to me. So I go on his show. We do a huge stream. He gets double the views he's ever gotten on his fucking show. Right. My very next appearance, I go on there and I'm banging on Pineal. So now he comes back today and they spend the first 45 minutes, Dick, on their show fucking banging on me again, dude. This is, yeah, Dick. So now you got it, bro. This is
okay. So why am I the asshole for like wanting to have fun and joke around and play with all of our characters, and they're like so serious while doing little to nothing that they have to now have whole meetings and like commentary, and I mean, I don't know. I find this fascinating. Then I realize I'm becoming what they are, because now I'm talking about them, talking about me, talking about them, because I think that it's hilarious and fun that like I can do that. I can go and make a fool of myself willingly because in my life I do what's true and what's right. You are a fool in real life wanting to be taken serious on a broadcast. So there's a hell of a lot of irony here for me and a lot of fun because I could just do whatever I want for entertainment and get paid. No one's paying you folks to be there, and you're making a fool of yourselves while you're losing all your property and rights. So have at it. I guess.
Illumitami's up on the panel now. Illumitami's on the panel.
You know, I'm the shithead, really. Is what this
They
is.
got Illumitami on there now. It's Illumitami and Jack.
Well, there you go. This is the pit of despair over here. I see what it is.
Left behind. Nobody. It is too late to be trying to grab or let people hang on to you.
Oh, so she's basically the female version of Camp Cupcake over there. She
Yo,
just
you
comes
guys
out
want me to go in there and start smoke? Yo, you want me to go in there and start some
Go
smoke?
over there, light this fucking room on fire. I'm tired.
You
of
want me to do it? You want me to do it, Dick?
I said that like 30
Go
minutes
ask
ago.
them what the fuck are they doing for rights?
Rob,
and
you want me to
freedoms
go
for
over there
women
and just burn your house
Hey,
down?
Why are you
Zetetic.
asking anybody?
Light it on
I
fire,
told you
Z.
what to
Talking
do.
shit behind your back. You know,
What
you got every
fucking
right
channel
to.
is
How
this?
dare you,
Straight
ass
up.
dick? You got your orders from the top here, boy.
What
I'm
fucking
going right
channel?
now.
What fucking
I'm
channel
going.
is this?
I'm going. You guys better fucking watch because I'm fucking
But
going.
what
Watch
fucking
it.
channel?
Go
I
ahead.
don't even
Get
know what
over
fucking
there. I
channel.
want to see you. I want to see you light it on fire. Make
Nitty
me proud.
Oh, Nitty and Ceci. Oh, okay. I see.
So leave them behind.
Amen.
They'll get their revenge.
Now here's where we're like literally playing. This is like the most pandering, embarrassing. You know, you just bring a black woman up. She says any combination of words. They go to playing like people cheering in the background. Jack Talcot's ready to take a knee and wash her feet. This is where we're at, man. This is where we're at. Because I'm a racist piece of shit because I treat us all equally and make fun of us all equally. And they'll sit there and suck a black woman's toes to try to prove a point that they're politically fucking correct. And I'm so sick of these folks. They make me want to vomit. Play some more sound effects over whatever she was rambling. That's meaningless in the end game here. Woo! Yeah, you go, girl.
Yeah, here the
boom, 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 boom.
Black girl magic.
It's in the building.
Just burst forth from Sunkissed, man. She's like the mama. She saw it.
Yeah,
She saw it. Problem jumping in. Hey, resolve this, child.
Yeah. Oh, now this is what Black Talcot, right? Black Talcot. This is what they all do, like Moose and the rest. They get around one black person once in their life, and they go to start blacking it up. Yeah, you go, child. Right. And they don't see how it's so offensive and embarrassing to me, like white folks who grew up around black people, to start blacking it up when you ain't like that, to try to pander to them. And they'd rather you just talk like, just be Jack Talcot, please. I've seen these black folks look over at me like, you going to do something? I go, these ain't my people. Don't look to me. I don't do none of that. I'm not responsible for that. Because they go to look at, hey, you going to get him? Someone going to get him? He's not on my team. You deal with that. Right, because after about like 5 drinks and him blacking it up enough, they just go to smacking him in the back of the head because they get tired of it. Right, it gets old. You know, you start enabling that behavior, it takes off, and then it gets old. And now Black Talcot's like black and blue, actually, in the corner of the room, from Rob Cleveland's cousins, who had enough of the act. Right, they've had enough. They just want the old Jack back, who used to tell us about love and saving the world and legal secrets.
Yep. Well, no, I heard that, and I was like, I was putting clothes up, and I said, oh no, I have to say something. So for real, this time, I'm going. But much love. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, everybody. Sovereign, I love you guys, and I'm on flow state, but I'm subbing to you, Jack. I think I subbed to you, but Sovereign, I'm definitely subbing to you. So much love to you guys. Y'all gave me so many jewels. Y'all have strengthened my faith in humanity, and y'all have strengthened my love, my compassion, and my passion for humanity. Thank you guys for this gift tonight. Ian, no words. I never have words to say, but you know how I feel. You guys in the chat, y'all know how I feel. Much love to you guys. Okay, for real.
very long-winded for someone who ain't got much to say.
That's all right, bro. That's
You
so
know,
good. So
you
good.
know who you are out there. I told you yesterday, earlier today, what was going to happen on the next stream. I'm telling you.
First of all, what kind of medication is this guy on? Okay. I just want to make a recommendation. All right. If you guys want to do broadcasting, you might want to like up the energy there or lower the dosage, whatever it is you're on, because you're barely able to be understood. You're just sort of mumbling there. This is like the modern day mumble rapper. We have modern day mumble broadcaster. I don't know how that works, but maybe it's a new trend. Like the kids all love it. The guy who can't be understood.
My intuition's been on fire. I knew we were going to be under attack by some communities with where we were headed.
So, okay, in this guy's fucking mind, right, the posters he put up on his wall, he started believing he's a hero, and he's headed somewhere so big and grand and great that now he's under attack because I came over with a Jack Talcot face and imitated him. This is where we're at. This is where we're at.
For people waiting to come in, and we might get
Truth community
to see what they got to say. You know, so big shout out to Sunkissed. Thanks for joining, and I'm going to hold my thoughts for now on what happened and just see what the rest plays out. Adding you guys on, No Despair Bear and
No Despair
Tom.
Bear. I'm assuming that's an Owen Benjamin watcher.
I'm going to fast forward here to the live action.
People who lash out, they're under the control of their ego. And when we're under control of our real ego,
must be scared to bring on Z.
And it makes life miserable. So I
just ask him this, Jack.
Get out of there.
Jack, you feel better now? I mean, you got to come up here. You got to do.
You feel better now? No, you slave. I'll feel better when you stop yapping and start doing something. That's when I'll feel better. You think it gives me any kind of release to go over there and play Jack Talcott to his face, how awkward it is? No, I don't feel better that I'm surrounded by a bunch of weak, simping, lukewarm, half-assed, half-stepping, cowardly punk slaves. No, I don't feel better about that, sir.
Do your little thing, and you know, how'd that work out for you?
Well, the mind will say yes, it feels better because it won a victory. But the heart and the honest judgment that's within, it'll know the truth, and it doesn't, you know, our spirit will let us lie, our spirit will let us make excuses, our spirit will let us do whatever we want.
Is that how
I've
he
learned
for himself
to humble my ego so that the spirit lets me flow, right? The flow state, that's what it's all about.
This is Jack's flow state, by the way. We see it regularly. It's clear and concise. It's flowing, much like a menstrual period is what it's very reminiscent to me. A menstrual cycle is the flow energy that I get from these places. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I got a big ego, Jennifer. You let me know when this gets out of hand, me doing commentary on them commentating on me commentating.
So he won a self-contrived trophy.
So
basically, he made himself a trophy and put it on his shelf. And
Start
it was
mirror
like,
image
oh,
of-
I wasn't aware there was a competition going on. Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be aware there's a competition going on because you're a beta cuck. You wouldn't be aware that there's a competition, that you're constantly competing in the animating. Someone's feeding back. Help me, help you, help
Jesse,
me,
please.
Please. Let me work here. Daddy's got to work for his money, okay? This is my version of work. I know. I made a trophy for myself and put it on my shelf. Yeah, so there is a competition going on. It's called the Animating Contest of Liberty. And if you're not who and what you need to be, you won't have what you wish to have. You won't even have what you think you have now. Okay? Could you imagine the woman creature that's going to get next to any of these men and copulate with them? Ronald McDonald down there, Black Talcott, Tommy, the illuminated one, Ian, the mumbling broadcaster. Who are these women out there? God bless you, women. If I could just have a word with you so we could stop this process. I'm not a hater. I'm not trying to be a homewrecker. I'm just saying if you want the process of inferior genetics and slavery to cease, you have to stop copulating with folks like this who continue to sit in their imagination all day while telling folks get out of their imagination all day while doing little to nothing in reality to change reality.
Okay, you win.
It's
worse than that, Sovereign. If you think of it as a competition and think about YouTube views and numbers, he's punching down. He can go piss everyone off and still have higher numbers than we're just chilling out and hanging right here. That's what's so fucked up about it.
Can I say something?
See, Tom,
That is what made me delete his channel.
My view is like this. If I get 200 people watch me and one guy or one girl gets it, I've accomplished my goal.
Gets what? How to be a fucking yapping slave with no action steps to get out of it? Someone help me out here. Dick, anyone got anything for any of this? Am I off anywhere here? Am I punching down because I have more viewers?
Yeah.
I have more. I don't look at life like that.
Well, I think.
No, I don't think you are. If you were, I definitely would tell you, but I don't think.
Did I not just make this whole stream about Mark Passio? Isn't he as punching up as it gets?
I think you're
it's interesting.
Hey, Dick, Paul. I mean, fuck. I can't. I have to be honest with myself. I think you are punching down, Paul.
What does that mean, man? We view life based on viewership. These are not men who come to this panel. Some of these men have come to this panel before and are now acting like they don't know me. They're doing the same loop again we did the last few weeks and months. We don't see where this heads. Officer Murphy, you don't see where this heads. I was just thrown out of there as if I was like the scourge of all mankind because I did Jack Talcott and held him accountable. Separate from his yapping bullshit, he wants to spoon feed everybody over there like that lady who's going to go off and get herself killed based off being pimped on her feelings. She's going to get herself caught up by some lowlife out there who's going to pimp on her feelings just the same way they did.
All you got to do is listen to the there I go with that fucking word again. All you got to do is listen to what you actually said, Paul, and it spoke for itself. Everything you said was factual.
Hey Dick. So I'm actually friends with Sovereign Soul and Chain Mind, so I'm not gonna fucking talk shit about him.
Hey, bro, why
What's
the
the
fuck
fuck-
are you? Here
Oh,
we
you're
go.
not
Here we
talking
go.
shit about him.
Here we go. You motherfuckers. Now I'm going to yell at you, Officer Murphy.
But it's
I
not
don't
a
care how much
popularity.
I like you,
It's not
Norman.
a fucking
What the
popularity
fuck makes you
contest.
friends with this motherfucker? Give me the list of things. Exactly.
I don't know, I'm going- hold
Because you got a very loose standard for who you call a friend, and that's part of the problem. You're
Also,
friends
Sovereign Soul-
with a bunch of folks online who don't stand for a motherfucking thing day to day, huh?
Sovereign Soul talked shit about me. He never made any attempts at apologizing or anything for it. He did it in Moose's stream after I left.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't
he's
take
never,
no offense to it.
he's
I don't give a
never,
shit.
he's never disrespected me. I don't disrespect him. I mean,
So he's your friend now, right? You were in the military. That's what you call. That's your level of standard for calling somebody a brother, somebody that's part of the unit, and somebody who was fucking nice to you.
No.
That didn't cut it in the service, Officer Murphy. Drop down and give me 20, Officer Murphy. You're getting soft. You're letting these slaves get to you, and it makes me sick.
Paul, I can have friends on YouTube that you might not disagree with. It doesn't mean I have to be your fucking enemy, bro.
You can say you're friendly with these folks. If you think these are friends, you got a lot to learn, Officer Murphy. You got a lot to learn. With friends like these, you won't need enemies, boy.
Yeah, I mean, when I say friend, I mean people who I have common ideas.
Count the number of friends I had in my lifetime.
I'm speaking. Shut the fuck up. I'm speaking. When I say friends, I mean people who I have common ideologies with. I have common ideologies with you, Paul. Jesse James, I agree with you on a lot of shit. Dick, everybody in here, Sovereign Soul. I fucking have common ideas with all you motherfuckers. I don't want to make fucking enemies. I'm here to fucking hang out and
You
fucking
can't talk truth and live on truth and not make enemies. Because all you got is enemies of truth out there. That's an infidel. They don't want real truth. They want their truth. If you talk and live on the truth, you're becoming an enemy, just like Dick, like Z, and just like the rest. So go ahead, Officer Murphy. I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you, keep playing the fence riding game. Watch where it gets you. Watch where it got everyone else. Because there's no way out of it. You got to choose a side. I'm not saying that. I'll have you here as much as you want to be here. I'm saying if you care about truth and you stand on it and walk it and live it, they will come up against you. Ask Jennifer about all the people that came out of the woodwork to come up against me watching this broadcast in our personal life. Just for standing and living and talking truth, you will make enemies. Right?
I agree, Paul. I agree. There's a reason why this community, bro, I see, you have to understand, Paul, we're all here because we all agree with the fucking ideas that we talk about every single day. So we are the community. It's the other motherfuckers outside of this community that I disagree with. I'm here because I fucking agree with you, Paul.
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just telling you, Officer Murphy, man to man. I don't feel any kind of way about you for anything. I say go over there as much as you want. The same way I would tell Jennifer or anyone that I deal with, please go out into the world and co-create with others because I don't want to be accused of influencing. I want you to go experience it. Come back and report something different to me than what I've experienced, and it'll be a new day for me. But I suspect it's not going to happen because you're going to try to be friends with everyone and be liked by everyone and not make enemies. And at some point, you're going to speak some truth, and it's going to make them uncomfortable, and they're going to backbite on you. You watch and wait.
I know, brother. I have plenty of enemies. Trust me, man. I fucking,
That's like someone said I was hating. I wasn't hating on that. See, folks are not savvy is the other problem, Officer Murphy. I don't like motherfuckers because they do bad business. They're stupid, inept, and they don't get it. You should have rolled with it and made it an entertainment aspect. Instead, you all got angry. You all collectivized, grouped up, and started making me the enemy for doing Talcot and holding Talcot accountable when I have a relationship with him separate from their broadcast. They should have acted like they had no idea what was going on and kept it moving. But now they went into revealing themselves. Like Talcot says, your words will reveal your character. You think that was just them coming up off the top with that? No, they know who I am. That guy Sovereign's been here before. He knows who I am. So now I'm the one who won't be named, but I'll be talked about because I came over there and went at Talcot. So now, according to the guy in chat, I'm hating on their broadcast. Am I? Or did I just expose my audience to your broadcast and did an entertainment bit over there while holding him accountable to a truth he's spitting that he won't talk about?
Hey, Paul, I think there's so many more fucking people that we can all be hating on than fucking
It's not about hating. You don't get it. I have a personal.
Calling out. Or
It's not about calling out. I have a personal experience, just like I have a personal sort of feeling with Pedini and this great work and Mark Passio and the rest of it. In my life, it's been a who is that now?
But there's so many more fucking people we could be fucking calling.
I'm not looking. I'm not doing this.
It's such a small fucking circle. It's such a small circle, bro.
I just thought it would be a funny moment.
I know.
And I thought that they would get all pissy, and they did. And I wanted to see how much they would reveal themselves for being the real haters, and they did. Because I was just having fun, man. I mean,
I think here's the way I'd break it down. Like, I don't agree with Paul and everything, like what he's saying, and I get it. When you speak truth, people get mad, and some people are fake. Seems like this Jack Talcott guy probably is just giving like feel-good advice, but not actually giving you a solution, concrete solution. Now, I think there are people who are giving real solutions, like Passio is one of them, and Ron Paul, and taking that. But hey, people are going to disagree.
Hey, Paul, can I interrupt for a second? The chat's saying that Z is live right now. But I don't know if you want to.
Let me go over there.
Yeah.
I don't care about the rest of that. If somebody gets it, I know that
Someone's got yelling and hissing. Help me out.
That
Someone's smoking out of a pipe.
The truther.
Yeah, but I'm muted.
When you know that you are for their best interest anymore. And the nation, I don't care whether that
Boom.
Very powerful, Jen.
You know, after somebody says something really important, it's always good to drop an explosive sound effect right behind them. Really just kind of carries it home how profound what they said just was. I should incorporate that. After I drop bombs here, I'm going to play explosive sound effects after it. So you really get that I just said something profound.
And great to have you back. And
Zetetic Warrior's not saying anything.
I didn't hear my name, but I heard a lot of allusions to me. But
yeah, there's a channel out there, coded friend .001, not zeros either. They're the double O's. And
yeah, no, I heard about that. I'm talking about more to the people related to this channel who have decided to continue to talk about me. I thought this was resolved.
I didn't hear
what
was said.
Apparently not.
There was nothing.
There was a number of allusions towards me tonight on this channel.
I didn't see anything disparaging about you.
So if anybody has anybody to say, stand forward now. If you feel like I'm aggressive and I'm loud, and stand forward now if you have anything.
I think you are. I think you're aggressive and manipulative, and you gaslight people.
Hold on a second. Talcot, you think I'm aggressive and manipulative and gaslight?
That was my last.
He said Z was a soft version of you, Paul.
I'll be right back. Yeah, what if I really don't give a fuck what anybody thinks on this panel at all?
Well, that sounds.
What if I give zero fucks?
Sounds
How's
like
that?
ego delusions.
If you don't give a fuck about us and you don't care about us, then why do you care what we think?
Good question.
Well,
why is it such a big deal?
Ian, you were the one that reached out to me. I had written this channel off. You reached out to me. Did you not? Yes or no?
Yeah, obviously
Ian?
I did.
You did, and you apologized. Yes or no?
Yeah,
right.
Because I'm trying to be the bigger man here, you know?
Right.
This is the deal.
But yet you let people come on here and trash me without saying anything. You gave me,
like what?
It's all on
Give me an
record,
example.
Ian. Earlier in the stream, it's all on record. You slighted me a number of times, called me a bully and otherwise, saying people are following me. It was quite obvious you were referencing me.
Notice how the Zetetic Warrior has gone to quote unquote making enemies just by having an X factor as he points it out. I never said that. He said that. I agree with him. But that's what'll make you enemies in this world.
And Mr. Talcott, you can have your views, sir. However,
the facts
they really
are
mean
facts.
very little to me.
I know you don't care about facts. You care about your opinions, my brother.
No, I
If
care
they
about the
don't
truth.
mean anything
I
to
care
you,
about the
why
truth.
are you on the stream?
Sunkist,
Why
you
are you
came
on this
on and you
stream?
talked about
Yes,
me for
exactly.
you talked about me
Exactly.
for
If you
10
don't care
minutes,
what people
Sunkist.
think, why?
Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say, if you start in with an African American on one of these panels, you're not long for this world. So I'd have to think that they're going to throw him out pretty soon. Because she's going to be the voice of reason over there, much like a lot of the commercials nowadays. Smartest woman in the room, Jennifer. Black woman. Every time. Next.
No,
Asian woman.
White woman right there.
No, it's black woman, Asian woman.
Black man.
Well, now, see, we have to reorder. Latino woman now. Okay. Smartest person in the room every time in every commercial. Black woman next. Asian woman, then white woman, then black male, white male, obviously last. Dumbest guy in the room every time. Got the wrong Carfax. Didn't pick out the right computer. Didn't get insurance on the car. Latino woman next to him, laughing at him, this Caucasian man, because, of course, she always got the right insurance, picked out the right computer. Yes, this is a theme. So, again, maybe just they'll say it's my racist mind again, calling it out, but I suspect he'll be up out of there very quickly for disagreeing with African-American women, which, of course, by default is the smartest person on panel.
Are you on the screen? Because you want your ego stroke. If you didn't care what people thought of you, why are you on the stream? Why didn't you just brush it off? Yes, I'm
do you
talking
know
to you.
that Ian invited me? Do you know that Ian reached out to me personally?
Yes, I did. You are a bully. You attack people, their characteristics. You're not standing in truth. You attack people. That is not masculinity. That's not somebody standing for the truth.
Sunkist, nobody wants to hear you. I don't want to hear you, Sunkist. I don't want to hear anything you have to say, Sunkist. You're nothing to me. Sunkist, you're zero to me. Sunkist.
If you don't care what people
there it is. You called it.
Sorry, my alarm was going off. My racial alarm was going off. Man, I could have told you that. You don't tell an African woman.
We should have took that.
Stop now. You don't tell an African-American woman you don't care what she thinks when she is by default the smartest person on panel and the most powerful. Okay? You slipped up. That's why you're out of there. It's that quick. That quick, folks. You'll know this in any kind of corporate setting as well. Do not argue with the black woman in the room. You'll be out of a job very quickly. Something to learn.
Right out of there.
test my goddess?
Wow. I love you, Sunkiss.
I love you, man. I love you, Sunkiss. Can I take a knee before you and wash your feet, ma'am, to show solidarity? We're not about censoring free speech or political correctness. We're about saving the world, man. One love stroke at a time. Let me pat you on your head for being a good African American. Getting that guy up out of our face by yelling. Yeah.
The last thing, reviewing the stream as well, the last thing you said to me was, fuck all you guys, I'm out of here. You were up here saying, oh, this stream's been so boring, and I came on here and the numbers doubled when the numbers were the same when you got here. So what is this really about, you know?
No, that's cap.
You came on with the energy. You're the one that has the energy. I'm the one that came and tried to, you know.
I just learned what cap means.
You know, because it was on my
I
mind.
had to look it up when you said it the other
You're
day.
the one that's coming with the weird energy, not me, dude.
And you know what? He brought out the mama bear.
This is my last appearance on the stream. I'll tell you, Sunkissed, you don't stand in truth at all. And Mr. Talcott, Mr. Talcott.
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it! Stop now! Stop now! Code Black. This is Code Black. Rob Cleveland, you've seen
Stand
this
down.
before.
Stand down.
Stand down. Black Hawk down. Okay. You keep arguing with this empowered, righteous, intelligent, articulate African-American woman, and it's going to go bad for you. You won't recover. in the broadcast space. It's happened before.
You are a bully. You
man.
You're not gonna overtalk me.
Fuck.
You're not gonna overtalk me. I'm not stroking your ego.
Someone get him out of there. Get him out of there now.
Standing in truth when you are breaking
You ain't
down
listening to me,
the
son,
very
kiss.
people that you
You're
say
just
you care
another-
about.
you're just
I don't
another
give a
dog
damn.
talking.
I don't care. You go on other people's platform. You like to loud talk people. You're not gonna loud talk me. You are a bully. You don't stand in truth. You like to bully people and then say you don't give a care about people's feelings. What are you doing? You talking about you a soldier? You ain't no damn soldier.
Now let's be clear, right? Let's imagine that this woman, Sunkissed, had a man, and that she could keep one, right? Could you imagine waking up next to this woman, right?
I believe,
You say
she's
something-
going through a divorce right now.
Well,
that correct.
well, who could see that coming, right? You just wake up to this fine, lovely, loving, caring specimen, screaming, yelling, emotionally
imagine.
disjointed.
That would be horrific. Just the rage in her voice.
And then imagine having to have sex with this creature after this whole ordeal, right?
That's
this is
complete
what really
nightmare.
turns a man on.
Soldier, you're not ready. You a water gun, pistol holding little boy who is hurt, who is wounded, who is walking in his distorted masculine.
We got another gun boy.
So, take yourself back to the playground. You telling me you gonna tell Piney he ain't in your league? You ain't in this league. You are vibrating so low. You are so in your root chakra. You're more.
So this is what high vibration apparently, feels and looks like from a woman is toxic masculinity, essentially, right?
I'm just picturing some slave coming home from 10 hours of work to this lady screaming in his face.
Oh yeah, and then you wonder why he turns right back around, walks right back out, and goes to find some broken woman who will be submissive that he can give a couple drinks, have his way with, because the alternative is this, right? We just can't hit a middle ground. We just can't hit an empowered, eloquent, demure woman who's classy and articulate and well-spoken and not overly animated, right? We can't. But again, this is what they will now praise. All the dumb, goofy white people around her will enable and praise her as a black woman, yelling and screaming, acting out like her mama did, because there's most likely no man in the home to set mama and her straight, right? So all the goofy, well-to-do white people, meaning well, will continue to enable this behavior. This woman will wind up alone, okay, with no father or man in the home, saying she doesn't need a man until it's too late, and then wondering what went wrong.
Rooted in the trees
And
of
the
the
cycle
earth.
continues.
You need to go check
And
yourself.
it all can
You need to
exactly,
heal
Rob. That's
yourself.
Rob Cleveland, by the way, an African-American man who's very centered and balanced and peaceful and well-spoken. Rob Cleveland don't even yell and scream like this. And he's a man, right? Why is this woman sitting next to Rob Cleveland? Well, she's not, because Rob Cleveland's with a very well-to-do Caucasian and an actual Caucasoid, a woman from Poland. So now they'll say Rob Cleveland's a race traitor. He doesn't he doesn't really respect an empowered black woman, right? He's a race traitor now is what they'll say. He's whitewashed because he doesn't want to wake up every day to some loud, arrogant, egotistical, yelling and screaming, empowered African-American woman who, when push comes to shove, is not going to do a motherfucking thing like Jack Talcot and the rest of them when policy enforcement comes to take your shit, except yap in the corner like they always do, yapping in the corner, yelling and screaming while the man is completely crazed and thrown off, and now he's in a shootout with police because she's busy yapping and screaming. Instead of bringing some kind of peace and calm and order to the situation, no, she's screaming and yelling louder than all the men. Do something! Screaming, yelling all over the place. Now you got a man in a shootout with police because this is what you got going on every day next to you. Woman who never had a daddy in home is what it is.
You need to love yourself. And anybody who got a problem with me saying that, you need to check yourself. So you can laugh all you want to, little boy. You are not an alpha. You can laugh all you want to, little boy. That's all you can do is laugh. That's all you can do is laugh. You're not going to come up here and disrespect, break down people in their spirit to boost your own ego.
See, spirit is not the same necessarily as emotion. You feel broken down emotionally because you're emotionally broken. It's what I call a broken hoe, right? And you got that toxic spirit of your mama that's never been checked by the male authority. And I'm not talking about male ego. I'm talking about the creative force, right? You never checked your ego. You got no business telling a man whether he's alpha, beta, gamma, or the rest, because you're a woman, right? But now you want to sit up and try to equalize. We ain't the same. You don't know your role and your place. You don't have an ability to make that decision. You better hope that motherfucker's an alpha, because if he ain't, they're going to take your body and your property, right? Like they do all throughout history. So you can play all that equalization game and try to shit on his masculinity. You better hope he's got some real masculinity in him, because all that toxic femininity, masculinity twist you got going on because you've never achieved true order within yourself, it's not going to work for you. I'm not buying it.
Your wisdom should speak for itself. You shouldn't have to break down somebody in order to prove your point. You were not.
Didn't she just break him down to try to prove her point and proceed to give no actual wisdom? I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
Standing in truth when you were talking to Pioneer like that. You were calling him, telling me he didn't belong and calling him a piece of whatever, and he's not in your league. What does that have to do with the earth being flat? Nothing.
Are you done, Sunkiss? Are we done?
No, I'm not done. I'll be done when I'm ready to be done. I'm not done. Are you done? Are you in your ego? I'm not done. I'll be done when I'm ready to be done.
That's the difference between operating from.
How about now? Are we done?
Sorry, Paul. That's the difference.
No, go ahead.
That's the difference between coming from emotions and logic.
Sure.
Operating from emotions and operating from a logical perspective. That's the difference right there. She just exemplified that.
But that's the point, is that you'll take this woman through 6 months of explaining to her you're not making the situation any better. If we want to yell and scream and let testosterone out, we could do that. You're supposed to be more of our peace, not our problem. Aren't you a feminine energy? Are you going to get out on the field and war with everybody? The reason why we're jumping up and down like chimpanzees now is because we know what comes around the corner. It's war. You ain't going to be there, sister. Let's get it right, okay? Yeah. War is a man's game, and even men can't deal with it because they got all the testosterone and the ego programming to do it, but after the fact, they can't go back to a normal life. So nobody wants it. So cut it out. Let's all just cut it out, right? You're not going to equalize with a man. You'll never be a man. So stop trying to act and be like one. Why don't you do what we can't do a lot of the time or won't do? Why don't you try starting there? And then maybe we'll achieve some balance and order.
I agree, man.
See, that's why, folks, and I'm not like doing a thing right now. Part of the reason is a physical thing with Annie, if I can bring up Annie, but part of the reason why a lot of guys are so attracted to Annie's beingness is because she's not a fucking, she doesn't appear to be. I don't know her personally. She could be anything. But on the broadcast, she doesn't appear to be a loudmouth, overbearing, yapping, gossiping, right? Much like Jennifer, right? She's not overbearing. She's not yapping and gossiping. She's kind of got her own life and her own purpose. And that's what's appealing to a man. Just like that was what would be appealing to a woman, is a man who has purpose and meaning in their life, doesn't focus on all these people, places, and things, just kind of stay in their own lane and do their thing, right? That's what's attractive. This shit is not attractive. Maybe to a little boy somewhere who wants a thug rider carrying their drugs off to prison for him. Not for me. I don't need this kind of energy next to me, because you don't have to do all that to stand on what's true and what's right. She just said it all. So if you're going to say it all, why not be it all when you are, in fact, a woman? I could argue women could be more powerful than men if they come at this a different way. We could do the same thing if we choose to.
Well said. Well said.
Are we done?
Are we done?
It seems like you're done, Sunkiss.
Let's move on. What's your point?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Like I said, I've been trying to put on the table is that when
Ian, admit to your fans that you reached out to me to come back on your show and I had you written off for months. Just admit it to people. Just admit it.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because it's the truth, and I want people to know the truth.
He reached out to you. He was a bigger man. He reached out to you. What does that have to do with you being a man?
He didn't reach. He said he wanted to, not to say sorry. He wanted me back on his show. Is why
I didn't say that. I got the
I have the
right here.
recordings, Ian. Ian, I have the recordings,
said,
sir.
hold on.
Ian, I have the recordings, Ian.
Even if he did say he wanted you on his show, what does that have to do
Ian, if you want to have the conversation, we'll have the conversation.
Hold on, guys.
Ian, be honest, because I have the recordings, Ian. So
No, I
be
do
honest
too.
now.
I reached out to you to apologize, and then I reached out a few months later and said, hey, I've been having a vision of you coming on doing What Is This Place with Z? And you
Right.
sent me a
Ian's getting some energy behind him, huh? He's finally waking up. He just shook off a nap. He just finally woke up and he goes, wait, I think someone's talking about me, and finally opened his mouth a little bit to get the fucking words out. This is the modern day broadcaster, folks, and you wonder why this generation is the worst generation in history. You know, just look around you. This is going to be your modern day broadcaster. Some guy on lithium who can barely talk. And can barely get the words out till someone says his name. Now he's silencing black voices. I think he's about to silence a black voice. And that's something that I don't know if I can deal with. I might have to shut this off.
nice message back, right?
I did. I
Thank
did.
you.
And then
You
you
were all
fucking
good.
let your whole panel trash me for fucking a half hour this morning. Okay.
Oh, but you
earlier
weren't
in the
trashing
stream.
people. You weren't up here fucking bullying people. And
I
stuff
wasn't
this entire
trashing
time?
you, Ian. That's the difference, dude. I ain't playing your game no more, dude.
But Ian has a responsibility for the people on his platform. You think he gonna sit by and let you come and disrespect the people on his platform?
Sunkiss, why did he invite me back, Sunkiss? Sunkiss, why did he invite me back? Why did he invite me back, Sunkiss? Why did he invite me back, Sunkiss? You guys
in his community.
Why did he invite me back, Sunkiss? You don't know about community. What community are you talking about? We're individuals.
Zetetic warrior, I was just speaking about what it must be like to wake up next to a creature like this every day. And have
Dude,
to,
she's going through a divorce. She got 3 kids. She fucking left her husband, dude. She thinks, like, this is what we're talking about, man. She's got this empowered feminazi fucking spirit. Dick's seen me with this chick before, man, when I went with her, man. She's got this fucking aggressive fucking
What did
spirit,
I tell
man.
you about bucking up to an African-American woman? They threw you right out of there, right at first?
They threw me out, dude. They threw me out. Right?
talk
And he
over an
reached out to me.
African-American woman.
He reached out to me a month later, invited me back, right? Then she pipes up. I got in a little beef with Peniel in the last show. Now she came on earlier in the stream and starts trashing me. And then he goes right back to the white knight role, defending, like you said, the African-American female, dude. And all of a sudden, to his own detriment. Dude, my last stream that I was on that he featured me as a guest, his views were double. Okay?
Doesn't matter. You don't cross that line. You don't
No.
get into it. You submit to the African-American woman or you
Right.
face the wrath.
Exactly, but it's about my ego. But Dick predicted this guy would invite me back, and
told
Dick,
you,
he
you
did
didn't wanna
exactly
listen.
what he fucking said,
You
dude.
didn't wanna
But
listen.
he still is aligning himself with failure. He's aligning himself with this mindset to go nowhere. Like you said, it's the feminized, new age, Gen Z, fucking corporate beta male man.
You better
And
just
this
be
is the-
thankful that there wasn't a Latino woman there and or a transsexual.
Aye, aye,
Because
aye.
you never would have recovered from that. Okay. I don't know if
Right.
you can even recover from this. Going up against an African-American woman, regardless of what was said. No, it's not something you do. Not in broadcasting, sir. I tried to tell you.
Right.
Oh, well. I mean, there's always the shipyard, huh? Whatever you did before this. What'd you do before this?
Who, me?
Yeah, what was your profession before broadcasting?
Pizza maker.
Am I broadcaster?
Yeah, you
Is
got
that
the X Factor, man.
Aren't you like
Yeah,
a
you're a broadcaster
pediatric
now. Welcome to the
auditor or
club.
something?
Yeah.
Hey, if Ian's a broadcaster, you got to be one. Did you see this character?
Yeah,
Barely
unbelievable.
opened his mouth to get the words out. He's a new mumble caster. It's like a mumble rapper. He's a mumble caster.
I bet you he's an MMA fighter and you like.
Right.
Everybody's a half-baked truther. I told you before, I was a doctor of audiology, and I wouldn't take the fucking jab, so that I can't. So now I'm here talking to you guys. You understand? I was a pediatric audiologist, and that's, and then I wouldn't participate with their fucking games, put it that way, in their enslavement. So
Yeah,
now
we're
I'm
gonna
here.
have to find
Now I'm
out.
here telling the world to go fuck themselves, dude. They just lit me on fire, dude. They burned me out of their system, and now they got me in their hands. And
You're
that's
gonna
why I
have to
ain't
find a
stopping.
new line of work. New line of work, man.
I guess
because-
so.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna start having to make pizzas. individual here, son. Because you think because you're an individual, you can say whatever you want.
On this platform,
man, that was
then you
bad.
need to
That went bad.
leave. If you don't care about people on this platform and what we gotta say, then you need to leave. Obviously, you do care.
Hey, what did you mean by you didn't care about those people? What did you mean?
Was that?
You said you didn't care about those people, and I just want to know. I mean, since you're now out of the, I want the complete expose. I want the whole story about how you're a racist, white nationalist, extremist
Right, of
terrorist
course.
who hates
Right.
black women and children. I'd have to surmise. So, what did you mean by I don't care about what you people have to say?
Of course, they're going to spin it.
You know what?
any way they
Don't
want.
say anything. I think a laugh and a look speaks volumes. I think everyone knows what you meant. We're going to continue.
True.
Obviously,
Invited me back. Don't worry, I'm never coming back because I see how you fucking people operate.
Whoa! Whoa! You see how you people operate? I mean, what are you saying? She's. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm not going to get into it.
I can't wait till Jack's wrap up. I can't wait till Jack wraps up this whole fucking thing, dude.
Man,
that's going to be
this is a melee.
That's going to be the money shot of this whole mission is Jack's wrap up of this whole fucking thing. And guess what? They're going to bow down to Jack. They're going to make him their new Lord and Master. Trust me, dude. They're going to build statues to Jack.
I told you before you went over there privately, if you would have just submitted to that African-American woman and washed her feet and took a knee, you could have had that position. But you had to get all up to me and cut the you people out. It's over for you, kid. You had a good run.
Well, that's
She was stirring that up for you too, man. She was ready to load.
Dick, I know.
You're one step away from doing a Michael Richards. She's an N-word.
Dude,
You
that
almost did a
demon
Michael
rose out
Richards
of her.
up
It was
there,
like
right?
a fucking
So,
just shrieking shrill of
comedy-
a fucking pitch.
Yeah.
The
comedy-
frequencies away from my hearing with that fucking scowl that she's got, man.
I think she was going to leash out.
Here's
She
the
had a
thing,
cou-
man. Here's the thing.
You're
I
gonna
gotta.
drink the Kool-Aid?
They think I fucking sorry, tribe. They think I fucking need them. Like they think I'm in this game for like fans and shit. They don't understand why I'm fucking here, man. They don't fucking get it, and that's the thing, man. That's what these fucking people will never fucking get, dude. That's this liberal psychopathic fucking mindset that they don't understand. They're all looking for acceptance, right? Fuck them, man. It's just, I can't wait till Talcot's response, dude. They're gonna erect golden statues to Talcot. I now solidified Talcot's new position.
If this guy brings up the small hat, folks, I'm out of here because it didn't go well for Kanye. All right.
Bunch of statues with all
He
his
brings up
quotes.
the other group of folks that we can't mention. I gotta go.
It sounds like
All
a
right?
Jim
I don't
Jones
want to be tied to this.
experiment
First
waiting
it's
to
you
go wrong.
people. Next thing you know, it's the folks at the Wailing Wall, and then you don't see us anymore.
Where did Talcot
Cut it out.
Where did he get his influence specifically? Did people just
No.
Ken, I think we need to do an exercise of breathing. If you
No, we don't need
mind.
to do an
I mean,
exercise.
Yeah, we need to do an exercise and breathe it. I'm gonna open this motherfucker's chest cavity up. How about that?
That's the problem. You have no interest in truth whatsoever. You don't stand in truth at all.
No, you don't stand in
You
truth.
don't stand in truth. None of you. None of you stand in truth.
When you were downgrading,
You
and
just worried. You just guys want to get around, and you guys just want to talk all the time. That's
No,
all
you
you
don't.
want to
You
do
don't
is
know what I do in my
circle
life. You don't know what I do in my community, in my neighborhood. You want to talk. You're in the basement all day.
What neighborhood?
You in the basement
Give me
all
that
day. You don't know what
fucking
I
shit.
do.
Don't give me that
So-
shit.
Oh, fucking pineal.
All right, this is going to be a Patreon episode, I think. For all you Patreon subscribers that needed some content, because I only have one video up there. This one might have made the cut. Again, Zetetic Warrior, we salute you. The comedy community salutes you. The political community, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to run for public office anytime soon, Paul.
No,
I'll run for you. I'll run for you.
Hey, I say you had she was giving it to you whether you asked for it or not. She had that just it was just festered up in her. She was ready to blow out. It was coming out one way or another, no matter what you said. She was just waiting for the moment to let it out. You know that.
She's tired of
that for a long time.
She's tired of hateful white people silencing black voices.
I think you should get back on and ask her on a date.
Yeah.
See if she wants to go to Olive Garden.
Don't do that. See, again, this is something you may think you might want to do, but it's microaggressive because now you're overly sexualizing African American women. See, so now you're giving him bad advice. If he goes and does that, it's more microaggressive hate. Okay.
What if he's down for Olive Garden? You don't know that.
Stop it, sir. This isn't a regular courting ritual, okay? You got to know the rules. Stop it, please.
I hope you know that.
Look, Jen, listen. Somebody's back. Somebody's fucking echoing, all right?
Excuse me, she's been around since before you've been around.
Oh, man. So now you went and attacked the only other woman on panel in front of an African-American woman? Man, I'm so glad I wasn't over there and I'm not tied to any of this. I just want to be clear. I had no idea he was going to go over there and do any of this. You know, had I known he'd go over there and become Michael Richards right in front of my face, I would have never advised this. And you're sure that a transgender person didn't come in at any time? Because then...
I don't know. Peniel...
I think Talcot's transgender.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody's fucking echoing. Nobody can hear what's going
you don't
on.
give a care about what people think on this platform, if all you want to do is bring your tyranny,
I don't care.
You're on this platform telling people you don't care, but you care.
Oh,
because
no.
you want your ego strong.
That's what you don't understand. Ian, I did leave. I would have never came on here. Ian left me 3. Hey, fans. Ian left me 3
Can I ask
messages.
you something?
Yeah, he goes, hold on, pause this, Paul. Pause this. I want to go in on the corporate male beta slave for a second, dude. The corporate bail made a slave with this fucking host over here. This guy, right? He left me 3 fucking messages, dude. Oh, you need to come back on and trying to get me back on, right? And he just had to deny it in front of his whole. See, they're insincere fucking liars, and this is what we're up against. People that have 0 fucking integrity. They'll just lie. Look at his eyes, because he knows I was right. And as he's lying, you can see the shame and defeat in his eyes, dude. Anyway, continue.
Are you sure that wasn't already there before you started talking to him? All right, let's get back to it.
You were saying very disrespectful things to him. You were being a bully. You weren't standing in truth, telling somebody they're not in your league and they're nothing.
We're talking about Pineal right now, by the way. This is about Pineal.
Again, these are folks who want everyone to have a participation trophy. They don't appreciate the fact that Zetetic Warrior is telling folks as a man, you have no business broadcasting because not only do you not have the X factor, you have a little bit too much Y factor. As in, why are you broadcasting? Right? I don't know. It's just something I've observed.
You're not in my league either, son kid.
You're not in my league. You're not in my league. You at the bottom, honey. You're not in my league. And you're not
even close, son kid. Son kid, you're not even close.
You ain't in nobody's league up here. You are vibing so low and so stuck in your ego, you can't even see it. So you're not in nobody's league up here.
Me back 3 times. Why did Ian invite me? Why did Ian call me 3 times and invite me back? Ian, look at his face. Disingenuous, Ian, and that's your problem, Ian. You're a disingenuous man. Listen to Ian. He's so pissed.
Fuck out of here. Don't ever fucking come back.
Whoa!
Exactly. Leave.
Over here.
Leave.
I didn't invite you back for this shit.
Shoot, you talking about Bill? Leave.
Fuck out of here, dude.
Get the fuck out.
We're trying to build something here.
Here comes Talcot. Here comes Talcot winding up. Talcot's winding up.
Man, they really, you know, they had to deal with you, man, because you got crazy. And they had you were trying to silence black voices.
Right.
So you can't do that.
My masculinity got a bit too toxic, you know. So now Jack Talcot's going to tell everybody over there exactly, you know, how to live their lives, of course.
Well, next
look, he's
time,
winding up. Look at his face. He's so ready to go, man.
Telltale ET finger. Remember that phone home finger? He does the whole where he's going to give you the rap, but you need to stay out of your imagination next time if you could.
Who thinks that's fine to bully someone, to make fun of someone, to degrade someone, you can leave too.
Now, I just want to be clear. All those things are perfectly okay. You don't get to decide what's okay and what's not. If I want to bully and or degrade and any other characterization you'd like to come up with, some kind of fancy euphemism for me shitting on folks and their complete ineptness, yeah, that's where we're at, because the other alternative is slavery and genocide. Sorry you don't like that dynamic. Sorry that we can't love everybody out of their fucking ineptitude, which we try so often and fail so miserably so many times on this panel.
Sunkissed, I love you. Can I offer something to this, please?
Hold what you're gonna say.
Okay.
Yes, I reached out to
Look, even this guy's already fucking tired of Talcot. He's like, yeah, Jack, whatever. We get it. Out of your imagination, opinions, got it. Hold on here, because I got something I got to say, right? He finally woke up, this fucking guy. His eyes are finally open because you called him out on some kind of lie, and now he has to be accountable.
Right.
So he fully woke up out of his coma, Ian, the broadcaster with 2 diamonds, and he's going to give us the real deal here.
And you know, and I acted out, but you know what? The weird thing is that a lot happened in that situation, and people thought it was just weird about me. But in the beginning, he's the one that acted weird in the first place. But I was the bigger man,
Jack's getting stir
and I
crazy.
sent him a message to clear my conscience about the way I acted, to be a bigger man and to build the community.
Hey, man, I'm shaking my head, nodding, acting like I'm listening, but I'm really waiting to speak. Can you hurry this up? Because this is really supposed to be about me.
And he sent me a nice message back, and I sent him a few more voice messages saying, hey, I have a vision of doing the stream. And he sent me a good message back. We did the stream. It was great, right? But if you notice, I sat back and just let things flow. And he was doing great with Jack. And all of a sudden, he started attacking a little bit and stuff like that, whatever. But
You see how they want to tell people how to talk?
Towards me and things like
Meanwhile, this guy's also has an affect that he puts on whenever he's cornered. He sort of, you can hear it's very faint. He's blacking it up ever so slightly. He's throwing the street remix on it, right? Like he's been through something, you know, he's another guy, right? He'll be the same one to say, I'm a low-life jailbird and he's never lived my life. But when it's appropriate, he'll turn the hat back around, throw the earrings on, and give the little remix on the voice to try to sound like he's a hip, cool, relatable guy. And, you know, he gets the code of men and he's trying to be the bigger, honorable man, as if somebody who looks and presents like that is ever the bigger, more honorable man, right? Like, who are you folks kidding? Who are you lying to?
It's the same feminine male spirit that doesn't even know how to handle any man that stands in truth.
Bro, this kid right there, look at the face, right? This is the hit producer. He's down making beats, so now he thinks he's down with the boys. They pull a gun out one day. He goes to, like, testifying on everybody, right? The boys who come down to the studio to, like, get on his beats, he's that guy. Right? Oh, I'm down with the boys. Yeah, I'm part of the whole thing until something goes wrong. And then he puts that face on right there, gets real wide-eyed, starts to wake up and asks, where do I sign? You know, this is what we're dealing with. This is the cultural fucking malaise.
Total sellout.
On the last stream, he was up here saying those things. And the last thing he said to me was, fuck all you motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck about none of you. Right? And was bullying people in the community that didn't deserve it. And
look,
so who gives a fuck about
they're talking about Peniel. He's a 30-year-old man. So I'm calling Peniel out on his bullshit, and in their mind, that's bullying because the kid just talks bullshit. So
because he looks and presents like a little boy, therefore they're going to treat him like a child, and they're going to enable him to be weak, even when he said before he believes you're being truthful about him being weak and having to do better. But they're going to neotenize him. They're going to keep him inferior, immature, underdeveloped, arrested in his development so they can use him as a prop and also as validation because he presents very much the same way, like a grown child. Hey, I've thrown it out. If you look at me, oftentimes some would say I dress like a middle schooler. Because guess what? I can't shop off the rack at Aeropostale or at such and such suits. Not that I necessarily want to. So I got to get in where I fit in. So it's somewhere in that urban 4 to 5X t-shirt realm, you know, and I tend to at times look like a junior high school student. You know, with that said, separate from my wardrobe, my presentment is not as such. Okay, these folks present like a junior high school student and then want to reduce everyone else down to their emotional quotient and enable their immature, inferior behavior. This is what all these pussy powwows are. A bunch of victims getting together, putting a black woman next to them to revalidate their own political bias. And it's just an echo chamber loop of feel-good nonsense. And nobody ever grows or learns or gets better. They all wind up alone but together. Right? They're all, I guarantee, alone in their life and feel lonely and can't make their relationships work and aren't free from slavery on any level and bondage and addiction. But they're going to come here to tell everyone else, like Oprah, how to be married and happy. Right? Isn't this the time? Isn't it? I'm now going into Slav Guru. Isn't it? Isn't this the time we live in where Oprah's going to tell you how to be the best version of yourself when separate from the money, nobody would want to fucking be Oprah or live like her?
No. Hey, Paul, though, I gotta head out though because I got work in the morning. But
yeah, do your thing, brother.
On the panel, and I will come back. I'll hit up Jeff.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for inviting me, Jeff.
Later, dude. Peace, brother. Have a
See
good
ya.
night.
I didn't bring you back here for numbers or for anything. What am I benefiting from it?
That's a lie, by the way.
Somebody says it takes me 3 hours to play a 10-minute clip. Isn't that the whole point? I don't know. I can't get an accurate reading on what we're doing here. I thought you folks like to hear me rant, ramble, rave, and act like a chimpanzee. If I just let these folks talk, not only would you be bored to death, but it wouldn't be fun for me either, to be honest. I'm entertaining myself by running my mouth. See, this is what the Zetetic warrior would do back in the East Coast. Right? We just sit on the stoop and just smoke weed and talk shit about everybody walking by.
And be interesting, and be interesting. Everybody wants to tell us how to be interesting as they're not being interesting. Isn't that funny?
Was I being interesting there? Were we being interesting? I want to take a poll. Will you press 1 in the chat if you're interested? 2 if you're here because you feel held hostage. And then 3 if you make up your own, I guess, answer. Like you're not interested, but you can't turn away, I guess.
Can I say something, please?
Sorry, Jen, really fast. For those people who are saying what I just did was bullying, no, y'all must have not seen the streams before. What I was doing was standing up for somebody and other people in the community where he has come and he has bullied.
See the double standard? The fucking double standard is just hilarious,
He wasn't going to get away with saying the
because when
things that
she's
he got
loud,
anybody in the comments who said,
Zetetic's loud, it's bullying.
I don't understand what you don't get, sir. We'll go over this one more time. This is why we can't get through a clip, right? We had a 10-minute clip. We can't get through it because you're yelling over it. You still don't get this is an African-American woman. She does whatever she wants with no judgment. You have to conform to her ideals. If you don't, you will be labeled and blocked and censored.
shut her mouth, tape her mouth, my ears are ringing, well, let him bleed. Because there's a difference between toxic anger and righteous anger. There is no cause for the bullying, for the name calling and degrading of the people, some of the people on this platform that this man came over here and did. So that's why I was yelling. Sometime a mama bear got to be fierce. Sometime a mama bear.
Mama Kamala, we're gonna have Kamala Harris for president.
No,
Mama Bear, we all need Mama Kamala to come in and save the world from its toxic masculinity. Vote Mama Kamala fucking 2020 fucking 4, everybody. You know, give me a fucking break with that shit.
Very hateful. You not only hate black folks, black women, you hate children as well. I told you, I'm on to you. I called out you would get thrown off the panel, and now I'm seeing the narrative unfolding right before my eyes.
Got to be ugly. Tonight was that night, okay? So you can say I was bullying. That's not bullying. Calling a bully out and saying you're not going to degrade and talk down on somebody.
I just want to say something, okay? I'm sorry that I keep interrupting it, but hanging a Klansman is not a problem. It's not violence. It's not hate.
Right.
Okay?
Just call somebody a Klansman.
If you got someone who's acting like a Klansman and you got to deal with them, then that's equity, all right? So We're not going to make false equivalencies. Is this person on that panel trying to interfere with a black voice? Because I'm not going to have that.
If you think that's bullying, my word, that's righteous love. And I'll do it again for any one of y'all.
Even Jesus whooped some people's ass for, from time to time when it was needed.
And Sunkiss, by the way, thank you. Thank you, Sunkiss, for saying that. And that's what I'm saying about people that aren't afraid to come to the table alone, like she was saying. I've only been listening to him for a couple of days. Now, I'm not going to form an opinion just yet, but what I just seen happen, literally happen, and this is not the first time I've seen it happen. Now, again, I'm not making excuses for anybody, and don't think that I am. But I am saying this. When a person is in that mindset and they think that they are bringing something so greater to the table than others, and I did hear him refer to his channel, and Z, if you are listening, I'm new to you. I don't know you. I'm not making assumption, but I'm going by what I'm seeing by your energy that you're bringing. I can understand why a lot of people might upset you, but I can also understand why you, as an individual, upset a lot of people. Because when the ego is present, and again, I'm trying not to make no assumptions here, but when the ego is present, like Sunkiss said, you've got no room for growth. And what are you bringing to the table? Absolutely nothing.
Bringing the axe
This is
back.
like grade school. What I just witnessed is like grade school. I know a lot of people don't get on these channels to go back into that mindset at all.
Such a lie from the pit of hell.
Right.
Paul, wait a second. What's going on with this screen to the right here with these two dudes? What are they doing?
Oh,
It's
that's
good
Ray
fellas.
Liotta. Yeah, that's Ray Liotta penetrating Mr. Flowstate. is what it looks like.
So distracting, man. While she's talking, I really couldn't pay attention to the things she was saying because
I don't know. I mean, maybe I think this guy's trying to find ways to relate to the audience. So first it was Ronald McDonald. Now it's like some cultural. I don't know. Maybe he's making fun of Zetetic Warrior for being Italian. Some kind of Italian hate. I don't know what's happening there.
Oh, that's hate speech. That's fucking hate
Yeah,
speech.
but it doesn't count for Italians because they're white. They're classified as white, so it doesn't count. They can say whatever they want about you.
It looks like he's being uncomfortably mounted.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the rules here, man. I know all the rules, and it doesn't count for you people. They'll say whatever they want about you, but you can't do the same thing back because your people haven't been oppressed. So, haha.
Oh, what happened? We skipped forward.
Yeah, I skipped back by accident. Oh, man, where were we at? We were at a Talcot. Was about to give some wisdom.
Talcot was about to jump in there.
Edward, thank you for waiting patiently. Give me 1 second, guys. And these are just like I talked about in the beginning, the little bullies in high school that would bully the innocent little vulnerable kids. And
This is how they look at life.
No. They just revealed to you what I said earlier. They look at themselves as innocent little children who now just got taken over by the big bad bully on the block, right? And he's hurting everyone's feelings.
Right.
Paulie and
Doesn't matter
Zetetic
what's
are the
true.
big bullies, and we're punching down now too because we got more viewers. So we shouldn't even be addressing these grown men because now their feelings are getting hurt, and we're punching down. Because we're king of the road here, right? We're king of the mountain.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we're living large.
Right.
Join in on it. You got the ones that would laugh at it so they wouldn't get bullied. This is no different. No different. And we should just take it. We should just watch it and just take it, right? And not fight against this bullying and not speak out against it. Right. And if I
sounds like somebody's going to get to
that's the problem. You should just shut your mouth and take it and let them bully people.
We're not gonna take it. He's mounting a resistance. He's done taking it. He's been taking it deep all of his life from folks like you, I guess. You didn't let him out of the locker back in high school. You should have let this guy out of the locker because now he's got some resentment and he's coming back for you.
Well, let's not forget the irony here, Paul. All the same shit you're seeing here went down about a month and a half ago. The same shit, right? I left his channel. This guy had my text, my phone number, reached out to me 3 fucking times and begged me to come back on the show. Let's not forget this irony of that. This guy begged me to come back on his show after the same shit show happened, right?
Dude, you wonder why we're enslaved?
Right, because it's the victim. It's like, it's this ultimate victim mentality of these fucking people. Like, it's like they want the abuse. It's like yo, Paul, I just figured it out, dude. They're so enslaved.
No, it gives them a cause. It gives them a purpose.
Right. It's the victim mindset. It's the classic victim mindset that these people are run by. This is the end result of fucking the enslavement. This is the end result, is these people. This is what they've created.
But they're just like, right, part of the causality, like the cause it gives them. You notice when I was over there, right, that he let me do the bit the whole time till I decided I was done. Once he realized I was done, he feigned like he had the power and he was going to kick me out all along. And he goes, I'm going to help you out now. I was already leaving, bro. You're doing the whole power play where you're going to kick me out because what I'm saying is inappropriate while you were laughing and giggling out of one side of your mouth at me doing Talcot because you know he's full of shit. Just like I do. There's no honor among you thieves. So I come into town, you immediately think I'm funnier, cooler, more well-spoken, whatever it is. You respect me more. You know he's full of shit, but you can't abandon the cause. So now you're sitting with someone you're riding for a cause for. You don't even respect as much as me, and you're going to feign now to stay in the cause that you were going to throw me out. No, you weren't. You just sat there and let me do it as long as I want because you knew who I was, and you just love the fact, at least part of you, that I came over there and even acknowledged you, right? You could feign like it's all bullying and you're victim, but you love that I came over there and acknowledged you, and you were loving it, me doing Talcot, till I decided to leave. Then the hero comes out.
Hey, he wanted the content, and he wanted to save face at the same time. Have his cake and eat it too, you know?
It's always that way. These are fence riders. They always want to land on whatever side of the fence is more convenient at the time. And you know, in an effort to not make enemies. And they wind up just destroying themselves and each other because all the fake shit wind up coming out one day, what they all really think about each other.
Right. Yeah, under all this, they have these overwhelming feelings of inferiority.
See right through you guys.
Well, he was glad to let it go when it was a fight with Sunkist and him, but as soon as there was an attack against him, all of a sudden he had to take a power role and kick you out of there.
Well, but this is where I get value, right? Like Murphy says, separate from my personal knowledge of certain folks on these panels and how they go everywhere, that's interesting to me. But just observing these folks in their habitat amongst each other and the echo chamber is fascinating to me. You know, like listening to them now bolster their egos, the same thing they talk about, using a victim mindset to continue a cause that is fruitless, is fascinating to me. And now I want to see how long this nonsense is going to play out. You know, how many days and weeks is this meeting here going to play out when it's just another version of what we do here? But the only difference is, you know, I actually talk about doing stuff in the world and show that, right? These folks are yapping on YouTube, and then, you know, we're going to talk ego. I don't know. I that's why folks sometimes need to let me know if they're bored by it. Because I seemingly could loop with Talcot for the rest of his life in fascination of when it will change or if it will change. And that goes for the rest of these folks as well.
Guys out there, I see you guys. I've been watching. I know exactly who all you are, and I saw through you since the beginning.
So that's it. So he just admits in synchronicity, like many times here, I'll say something, then the video proves he knows who everyone is. These folks act like they don't know who anybody is when you go over there, but then I'm just going to put somebody up in the back. I don't know how this is going to go, but you know who I am, and you know how it's going to go because you know how I am.
Right, and let's remind everybody, because I know they're all going to come watch this show afterwards, Paul, because Pinio's going to tell them about your channel and everything. And
great.
I want to remind everybody, Ian invited me back, okay? He contacted me 3 times to get me back on his show. 3 times it took him to get me back. Not 1, not 2, but 3. And Ian, I have them all on recording, dude. You sent me voice recordings on all of them, okay?
Well, first he wouldn't acknowledge it. He wouldn't acknowledge it first. Then he slipped up when he threw you out and said, I didn't invite you back for this. So he admitted without admitting it, he did admit that he did beg you to come back on, but not for this, right? Not to talk over the African-American woman. That can't happen.
Of course not. Except the reason he kicked me off was because originally I talked over the African-American woman. This same thing happened previously.
Yeah,
that's why
you didn't learn.
Yeah. Go ahead, keep going, man. I can't wait. Talcot's got that face going.
Ian, you're exactly
well. This
right.
is again. That's if you watch a Predator, right? I'm gonna take it. I don't want to take it back because I'll go too far back. If you saw Talcot's face right there, it's the face of a predator, right? Who is now going to pounce on the opportunity to run more of his spinning narrative vortex. So he's smirking because he goes, "Oh, I know what I'll do." See, oftentimes if you look at me in the corner, I'm smirking for very different reasons. Because I'm laughing at the insanity and the ineptness and how it's all a tragic comedy of slavery and genocide, and it's all going nowhere with most people. So I'm smirking in the corner. He's smirking because he's now finger under the nose. How can I fucking spin this into a web of bullshit and try to seem like some kind of guru? And he'll do it. He will do it, and you'll have no more clarity after the fact than before he started. You'll be in more confusion by the time he's done. And then he'll pass the hat around,
He's
join
a
Jack
Cheshire
Talcott.
cat waiting in the bush, ready to pounce.
Right.
That's real discernment.
Hold on,
That's
James.
real
Just
discernment,
fake
Daddy.
little followers out there, and I see right fucking through all of you.
He's also laughing because he realizes he's finally got next to some folks who will validate his bullshit and will shit on all the rest of us. So he's in heaven right now. He's like, oh, man, I can run my bullshit here in perpetuity, and nobody's going to question me. And when Z and Paul come over here to fuck with me and the truth, I could just have Ian throw them out. So he's loving it, man. He's a pig in shit right now is what's going on there.
Here to fucking play little childhood games. Jen,
He's got such a shit-eating grin.
Add Edward on 1 second, guys.
He loves it. Ascension. Here we're going to go back to some community ascension. Maybe we'll do some fucking ASMR and some number counting, and we'll do some breath work, right? You'll do some breath work so you can learn to, like the saxophonist can learn to suck while he blows, right? That's one of the keys to being a professional saxophonist, to keep that piece in your mouth and be able to blow and suck while you breathe in and out your nose, right? So that's part of the breath work. It helps you to suck Shaitan's genitals and maintain a breath at the same time. This way you don't have to come up for air, right? So I presume that's what this bit will be. More delusions and convoluted, disjointed beliefs in their imagination about how they're ascending to 5D while doing little to nothing in the third dimension. I always love these bits.
It's circular reasoning instead of circular breathing, right, Paul?
Hello, everyone. Is my sound okay?
Yeah, you sound okay. I got to screen you real quick.
Is that Mars Life?
You want to say something?
Yeah, well, nice to meet you, everyone.
It's Mars Life.
Ian, this is my very first. I've never joined live stream before. It's my first time. It's pretty intense. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
So this is whoever this fucking meek mincing slave is. He's got a little poodle as his avatar. Let me move this. That's the guy down there, the little poodle. So for this little soy boy, this is very intense, right? I came up on the panel and some African-American woman was yelling and you threw someone out and it got very intense for me over here with my poodle. So I just don't know what to make of it. I was shocked.
And I learned quite a bit already from listening to you guys. I think you said something really
sorry.
Deep, and thank you for that, which is, he did appear quite disrespectful today, which was quite different than what I had observed over the last few days. Because I only found him.
Yeah, so this is Edward. And Edward with the poodle has learned a lot. Oh boy, did he learn a lot from this panel.
Edward, I don't want you at my channel anyway if you're like that, dude. That's what these people don't understand. If you're like this, I don't want you anywhere around me. This is a calling of the weak. Do you understand? I don't want you anywhere near me, guys.
Oh man. Yeah, that ain't good. You don't find the little puppy to be cute? You don't find the little poodle there?
The puppy's not bad.
You don't think Edwards learned a lot from this shocking, intense panel?
Last few days, and Ian, I found you through Z while watching his videos, and you guys seem very good friends. But it sounds like there were some things that I was missing. But Jack, what you said that even though
Edward also, the spirit of his mama, thinks that everybody he bumps up into, he's in love with and is his best friend.
Right.
His mama thought that man down at the bar was her best friend too, but someone was mistaken.
Z might be dealing with some ego issues. Like this kid knows quite a bit. Like he knows, he does have a lot of knowledge, and I think that's
covering your mic, dude.
I doesn't give him a pass. I don't give a fuck what truth you stand on or what you've done or what you've been through. That doesn't give you a pass to bully people and put people down like that. So I don't get it, guys.
Absolutely not. No, I agree with you completely.
That's why hold on one second. I've been seeing that a lot lately. Like, oh no, I was just cheerleading because he stands on truth and he's so passionate about the truth. That's a coward, submissive cheerleader. Still cheerleading while they're truth, but then still to cheerlead the bullying and belittling people. It's disgusting behavior.
What do you think? What do you think about that, Zetetic? He's talking about you, is he not, Z?
Yeah. Well, it's you have to understand, man. I'm presented with this same fucking rap by so many people now. It's the same fucking story.
The same shit too.
I love everything you say, and I want all the information, but I want you to say it the way I want to hear it. It's like they want to put a coin in my back and have me tell them how to live their life just the way they want me to say it, basically. It's a fucking insanity. This dude is expressing this shit that I'm coming up with.
I got you. Do you think maybe that's like a just like a first impression kind of thing? Like that's their first impression of you?
I think they don't know how to handle me. They don't know how to handle me and handle people like Paul, because we break their fucking programming. See, they're programmed to look into TV and expect a certain presentation. And then when the Unslaved One and myself come out with the way we are, it breaks their programming. So they don't know how to react because they're hearing something that's true. So their soul, their inner being is resonating with it, but their programming is rejecting it. So it creates a state of cognitive dissonance within their being, dude. Do you understand what I'm saying, dude? Because they can't handle it.
I completely I got you completely. I just think maybe sometimes individuals like you can come off I mean, just not as who you are. Like, yeah, I know, I understand who you are. You're a good, you're a good dude, right? But you come off maybe like arrogant or whatever at first. But
yeah, but who are you to say who he is?
This is the point, man. This is the point. This is the point. This is the point. You're projecting onto him. You're projecting onto him. I never once, maybe it's because I'm arrogant. I never once perceived him as arrogant. He's confident. Maybe folks who lack confidence see confidence as arrogant.
That's the only way to communicate. It's fucking, I can only communicate with another person by projecting myself. That's
when I hear that, Austin, it sounds to me like you want him to be something different than what he is.
I know, but
I'm just being genuine with you, dude. That's what it sounds like.
I'm trying to say we're all the same fucking person. We all have the same emotions. We all have, we're all the fucking same, is what I'm trying to say.
But we're not all the same, Austin. That's the thing. Yes, we're not, man.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Look, because that's an assumption. Look, Austin.
I can't communicate with you. I cannot communicate with you unless I understand the emotion that I'm going through in order for me to understand your emotion. So it's like I have to understand my emotion.
You don't have to appeal to emotion, though. Just be practically thinking about it. You know, it's
right.
Z presents himself the way he wants to present himself. it's a take it or leave it option. You know, you can't
right. Here's the
go
thing.
around
Here's the
telling
thing.
people to present differently, or they're not presenting authentically, or it's not.
Hold on,
who you want
Austin.
them to be.
Austin, let me talk to Austin. Austin, hold on, Austin. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Austin,
go ahead.
hold on. Take it easy. Let's go. Well, we can have it back and forth. It's cool.
Oh yeah. I'm not trying to fucking argue, bro.
No, I'm not arguing with you either, man. But look, I spent my whole life kowtowing to the system, trying to be something that I thought everybody wanted me to be, okay? Now, that may have given me whatever benefits that the system gives someone, but I found out real quick that that wasn't doing anything for me, really, okay? And it wasn't until I decided I was going to be myself unabashedly until I actually found some kind of well-being, right? And some kind of connection to whatever the divinity is in this world. It may not look pretty to people. Hold on, I'm almost done. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. I'm almost done. We'll go back and forth. I'm not going to run on and on. We'll have a dialogue. It's not going to work if we talk over each other. So I've made a conscious decision to express myself on this medium in a way an artist would express themselves. It's not fake, but I'm expressing myself the way an artist would. All right. So just like if you would like an artist's music, sometimes maybe they got a hard song. Sometimes they, so they got the long ballad song, you know what I mean? Where you hold your lighter up. So some people like the Z where I'm playing the ballad and they get to hold their lighter up and chill and dance with their girlfriend. Other people like the Z that's fucking ripping it down the fucking house. But other people just like the whole Z. Now, I can't control how people take me, whether they like me or not. So I'm just going to continue to present and express myself on this platform. And the thing that people don't understand about me is I'm only here to express myself on this platform. Whatever benefits and fruits that come from it is what I'm going to take. Whether it's fiat, whether it's making connections with people like Dick, so I learn maybe Dick and I could do something. Maybe we could make a farm. We can build an economy. Maybe I make a connection with Jeffrey and he lets me rent his girlfriend for $350 and a fucking plane ticket. Maybe I meet Rob Cleveland and discover, hey, maybe I have a little part of myself that is bi-curious. And I say, hey, Rob, maybe we cozy up to each other and I learn a little something about myself, right? But there's all kinds of things that I'm doing here, right? So you have to understand, Murphy, I'm just here expressing myself, right? Presenting my perspective to the world. If people respond to it, then they respond to it, all right? So I understand. And you expressed to me that when you first came into contact with me, you sensed the sense of arrogance and whatever you said. Arrogance was the word that popped out. And that's okay. It doesn't bother me that you said that about me because I can understand how one can interpret me as arrogant, right? I'm probably presenting as arrogant often. However, this is the way I present, right? That's never going to fucking change. So, I get what you're saying, bro. I probably am arrogant. We don't even have to argue on that fact. I will admit that's true.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah,
shit.
man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'll admit it, man.
Yeah. I'm not arguing shit, man. I'm just trying
that bi-curious joke is pretty funny.
I think what I'm trying to do is trying to understand other people so I can understand myself.
Well, then now you're getting to something, man.
Yeah, I hear
because you're getting to something. Look, people can tell you why and how they act.
Fucking 7 psychologists. Fucking Dick wants to put his fucking input in and fucking.
I will say you do seem rather meek on your show as compared to where you are in other places, Z.
You're right, because on my show I don't have to fight. I could present the way I want. You see what I mean? On my show, I can present in a mode that's calm and enjoyable to me, right? You see what I'm saying? I have total control. When you go on a panel, you got to sling it out with people sometimes, right? But on my show, I don't have to do that. People present to me. If I don't want them there, I get rid of them. If they want to be there, they come. So it's a different presentation. And believe me, I don't disagree with that. You know, and also I play to the room. If you saw me on Awesome Austin the other night, you saw a very particular presentation from me. If you saw me after that on Brian Staveley's show, you saw another presentation. I resonate with the room. I'm a certain person here on the Unslaved Ones channel, man. I go with the vibe of the room and go with it. Because, guys, I don't think. I'm just expressing. See, Paul, they don't understand people like us, Paul. And I'm not trying to say me and you are exactly the same, but that's what I mean about the X Factor. They don't understand it being expressing themselves, right? Because I wouldn't be on here otherwise. I would have no purpose to be on here otherwise, you know? It's other than express myself.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of the art you talk about that I think we're all still learning. The idea of, as you say, reading the room, catching the energy, throwing something back out, and then constantly being in that process like a dolphin, right? You're sending shit out and you're receiving stuff back, and you're kind of moving and changing it with it. And when you get really good at it, you take people through the whole thing, right? It's an up, it's a down, it's through the middle. You zig, you zag, and then we get to the end point at some point. If we can, if we're structured to some degree, right? If not, it's just kind of a free-for-all. But yeah, you learn the art of self-expression in a way that has some authenticity and is also interesting, and entertaining. And again, this is sort of like the trifecta that I think everyone should be trying to hit in a way, or would make sense to hit, right? It can be truthful and poignant, and deep and spiritual and entertaining, and maybe just shocking, exciting. Maybe you don't come on like Ian and mumble, and look like you're half asleep. I don't know. I mean, maybe after 6 hours of broadcasting, you do like me and look like you're asleep.
Right. And again, and this is going to sound arrogant, Austin, but I don't care. It's interesting because I've done 4 streams and I get over 2,000 views a stream. So, everybody wants to tell me what I'm doing wrong, except everyone's
about you. You think I'm talking fucking shit? I'm not talking shit about you, bro.
I didn't say you're talking shit about me.
Okay,
did that come out?
Yeah.
That didn't?
I don't
Austin,
even get 2,000 views a stream.
Yeah, Austin, I like you, bro. It's cool. We're cool. Bro. I like you, Austin. Trust me, we're cool, man. I'm not going to be like, fuck you, Austin. You see, I'm not Ian. You see, I'm not these beta fucking male cucks, dude. I can sit here and slash it out with somebody and move on, dude. It's not like I don't like you now, Austin. It's not like that, man. Plus, you're a flat earther, which makes me automatically like you. But here's the thing, man. I'm not saying that I get 2,000 views to be arrogant, everybody. I'm saying I get 2,000 views to prove a point, because as everybody's saying that they don't, that they're so offended by my presentation, they somehow show up and keep watching me. All these people in that chat over there, and that girl Jen Cook that's fucking was so offended by my presentation, she spent 9 hours of my full fucking stream, sat there the whole time in the whole chat, and she'll be there again next Sunday. And, so, all right, don't we have Talcot to get to, man? I did this whole thing for Talcot, dude. This was all about Talcot.
If Bill Gates or one of the elites that we claim that we're fighting against was to come and do the very same thing, everybody would be ready to go to war. Everybody would be like, that's not right. It's not right that they're abusing our children. It's not right that they're poisoning our water.
Look, her kid's crying. Her kid wants to eat, and she's here yapping like a fucking moron. And you can hear a kid in the background looking for mommy's tit. But she's here fucking playing games, all right, on fucking line, as her kid's screaming for fucking food. As she ran her husband off, okay, obviously, 3 kids. Then the male's got to get out because she has to claim her divine goddess femininity. So she has to fucking run her husband off the fucking thing. He's going to have to send half or more of his paycheck to her as she stays in the house, ignoring her kids as she's online, trying to curry favor and attention while he's fucking getting most of his paycheck drained, all right, and getting threatened to get fucking kidnapped and put in a fucking cage because he can't pay his fucking child support and goes in arrears. But bitch, you want to come on and fucking say I'm something? Get the fuck out of here, cunt. Go ahead, continue.
Oh man, this is a whole other presentment over here.
I thought he was so nice when he came on and calmly, when Z came on and calmly explained what the flat Earth was to me and said something that really helped me in my truth awakening. I really liked him, but then he called the black lady a cunt. So now I don't know what to think because I still kind of like him, but society tells me that I have to hate him, and now I have this like, internal turmoil inside of me. It's called X Factor, bitch. All right, keep going.
Oh man.
We're supposed to have each other's back. Hold on, Bubba. We're supposed to have each other's back. But
Mommy, feed me, Mommy. Please get off the internet talking to nobody about nothing.
Shut up, you brat. I'm trying to do a broadcast here and get some kind of attention for my political views that I've been taught.
Don't you?
You have to tolerate. Do you understand? Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to tolerate. I do not have to get along with everybody, and I don't have to communicate with everyone. And I'm not going to tolerate people's behavior because they may produce some wisdom. If a man is continuously abusing his wife, are you going to care about the wisdom that pops out of his mouth? No, you're going to be like, he's wrong.
Do you see the projection here?
She's not doing anything. What?
Do you see the projection here? You see, there's no logic in these people.
Can you try to be calm, please?
That poor kid's probably being abused on a vegan diet.
A lot of yelling over here, and it's just a lot of arrogance, a lot of ego, a lot of hate. So just reel it in a little bit. All right?
Toxicity.
Yeah. You know what it is? I'm getting it now. White privilege. You think you could just go around to these panels and yell at black women and it's not going to happen. Then you want to talk about their children, huh? Yeah. We'll see about these 2,000 views you're getting.
That's the difference. You can spit out so many jewels of wisdom, and it means nothing when you are breaking down the most precious thing on this plane of existence, and that's our spirit. That is who we are internally. That is who we are. So when you're breaking that down, that's precious. I don't care what worldly wisdom he may spit out. If you don't have the wisdom of the heart, if you don't have wisdom enough to know that it should be embedded in your heart, you should know that you shouldn't be the cause purposefully breaking down, making fun of, disrespecting, degrading someone. That's the wisdom that we all need to obtain. Everything else is secondary.
Sun-kissed, I love you, sister.
So let's get the wisdom of the heart. Let's get self-healing wisdom. Let's tell people, even people within our own community, you cannot bully. You can't do that. It's not acceptable. If we wouldn't accept an elite person doing it to us, why are we going to accept someone else? And I don't care if I'm the only one standing in my square about this all by myself. I will stand alone, but I will not tolerate.
Okay, so here we're doing now. This is a common positioning tactic. She's now signaling to the others. And the voice is shaking now. Like it's Dr. King, going to Loretta King. If I have to stand in this square alone, I will. And of course, someone now, I hope it's Jack Talcot, will come in to bolster this woman and support her and show her that she's not alone in this fight. I can only hope.
And that doesn't mean I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I don't care. After today, I'm going to be fine. But I'm not going to just pass by and not say anything. That's what's wrong with the world today. People turn away. Let me tell you something. My dad comes from Sierra Leone, West Africa. And in the 80s and 90s, they had this big ordeal with the whole blood diamonds. People were outraged, making a sound. Some people were saying, oh, that's so sad because so many people were dying. I'm making a point here. But did that stop the people from buying diamonds? No, because people don't care. People turn a blind eye. I will not turn a blind eye. When it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much wisdom you have.
What does
if I looked at my brigade command sergeant major and said you're wrong for this war, you don't think I'm going to tell them?
Yeah. Okay. This is the kind of hate. I can't hear you, Zetetic. This is the kind of hate we're dealing with. You know, this is intergenerational kind of stuff. Okay, this is genetic. This isn't just about a broadcast. Oh no, Dick, this is far bigger and more far-reaching than you could have ever imagined. This is a serious cause.
Man.
This might extend out weeks and months. You gave them a lot to.
Oh, believe me, they'll ride this out as long as they can. They've already done this, man. Look,
they equated you to enslaving children in mines.
That's what they do. They make false equivalencies, man. That's how you program these idiots, man. You make a false equivalency, and then she's supported by the fucking narrative that's being presented.
Can I just ask you a question officially? Do you, in fact, support blood diamonds and Sierra Leone?
On the record or off the record?
I'm going to go back to the clip. Moving on.
Bully on this YouTube playground that he's wrong, you best think again. But anyway, I wasn't trying. And people who say, I'm going to say this, the energy, oh, it's not love. Love sometimes sometimes you got to get rough in love. Love is not always easy. And I say this all the time. And there was a comment in there that said, can we just move on? That's the problem. People are moving on and not dealing with the hurt and the issues at hand. Let people talk this out. Let people get it off their chest, because that's where the healing begins. When you say, can we move on and push it under the rug and forget about it, that energy is still there. So let people express this. Let people let it out. You know? You move on and you move on after you express it and the healing begins. Okay?
Mommy, I'm hungry.
And on that note, I think moving on is definitely... No, I was just going to say, you know, the whole vibe obviously has kind of changed over the last half.
I can't get enough of their sound effects over there. I fucking love that. Every time the African American woman speaks, they drop bombs afterward. You know, I gotta say something, folks. It's just like you white devils over there, Ian, and the rest of you, to drop bombs every time a brown person is speaking. You know, you're so used to that historically. So, like, I'd stop that, okay? Because it's triggering to me. Every time a brown person goes to speaking, you're dropping bombs on them like you do their villages. Please stop that.
Scream until they fucking move on.
But that's we're all vibrate. We change energies. We go from
you can't be positive all the time. It's unrealistic. It's toxic positivity. You know, it's all about balance, transcendence, and transmutation.
We're all going to move on.
And I say that all
after the stream. We're moving on, just like all the other altercations. I always move on. That's on the table. We're in the middle of this right now. We all know we're going to move on. Let's just put that on the table. But at the same time,
Jack wants to talk so bad. Jack has had like 7 false starts in a row, man. He's trying so
that finger
bad.
is starting to get rigor mortis. He's had it out there for so long.
He's
but
so persistent.
This guy's now doing a yurt. You remember when Yurt said, man, we're in the midst of this. This is horrible narcissistic behavior. Go over to my channel to hear my response to this. That's what this kid's doing right now. He's like, man, we're really going to move on. This is like intense, horrible stuff, but we got to suck every last bit of content out of this. So, Black woman, you want to yell some more or what? Is what I'm getting from that.
All parties to move on, not just the ones that are defending the truth, defending bullying, and defending this ridiculous behavior.
I love you, Ian.
No one wants to go to the people that are acting like that and tell them. It's the ones that are being righteous and standing up.
I have Talcot.com.
Right?
If I could just...
Hey,
shit, dude.
I plan to have a conversation, if it's still available, with Z on Sunday.
Now you'll notice pretty much everyone on the channel has.
He's taking you out on the offer.
He's taking me up. He's taking me up in the offer.
Hey Z, can we get out of your imagination? I'm willing to go anywhere at any time where I'll be seen, even if it's the local park. Okay, sometimes I go down to the yoga area and I just talk up on a rock, and the girls who are doing yoga there are forced to listen to me until they pick up and go away.
Hey, good thing you capped it at 5 minutes, though, man. That was smart.
I know.
Through some mockery on Paul's channel, and
Yes, you guys are onto it. Holy crap, man. You're onto it that I might just be mocking you all on my channel because of how fucking ridiculous you are.
is a narcissist based upon opinions instead of facts. So
See, the problem with calling people narcissists is that everyone and anyone at any given time can display narcissistic qualities, and you can never be in a state, right? You can't, you can't be a state. Some people say you can't be in a state, but I would say, yeah, you can't be a state. You can be in a state. You can be in, you can display certain qualities. It doesn't mean you are that quality. So, I mean, I've always had a problem, it's the same with, whatever label you want, Democrat, Republican, whatever, religion, class, whatever it might be, So I know for sure that probably.
So if you'll observe Jack Talcot's face, he's now thinking to himself, I really wish this idiot would stop talking so I can get back to my rap, man. I have some real gems here that I'm going to drop on everybody if you would just shut up and stop ruining this victim session, man.
1,000, who knows how many times in my life I've displayed some type of negative trait, whether it's a narcissistic, whatever, you know what I mean? And I know I still have an ego, and it's all about working with the ego. And like, I don't know, you guys aren't aware, but I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. I think it might have been yesterday that me and Z went on a stream together. We went on the Proper Instruction Motivates People stream together, and we kind of hashed it out a little. And it seemed to be so some people here are lacking that context and didn't get to see that. But so I'm not going to sit here and say I have no respect for the man.
Look at that neck cock.
He clearly has some work he has to do on himself, and I do too, and we all do. So it's like, I think where we really go off the rails is when we try.
See, that's the thing. Tribe is noticing a heavy neck cocking action from Mr. Ian there, and you'll know the neck cocker because he tends to wear his snapback backward, and that is in fact so that the brim does not hit on the lower stomach area while he's filleting the shaitan. Right, so they turn it around backward, which is a goofy look because you can see the person's hairline. See, back in the 90s when we used to wear hats everywhere all the time, we'd wear the fitted hat. We'd spend the extra $3 and get the fitted hat. So you could turn it around if you wanted to, but I never wore it backward because I wasn't one of those. I was always a straightforward East Coast white guy. A little bit of tilt in the brim, just a little bit, not completely flat straight. This guy buys the snapback to save $3 because 6'9" made it cool, and he's going to turn it around backwards so that the brim again does not hit on the lower stomach area. So that's how you know them.
Try to derail each other.
Someone's whistling. Someone's whistling Dixie. Help me out.
My bad.
We try to really beat each other down. But that being said, I think something that's very valuable that I have learned from being over at Paul's channel is that, and I saw your community post, Ian, should we be lifting each other up or tearing each other down? And, I will say that it depends. It really does. It depends, because some people need to be torn down, right? Because they have their head in their ass, or they're so full of themselves that, or whatever the case may be, where they're the way that they're working with their ego and working with their shadow and all that is completely unhealthy. Either towards themselves or others or both or the world, whatever it might be. Okay. And again, I'm not a novice in psychology and epistemology and all this stuff like some others might be, but I'm I think a little more self-taught than book read, but a little of both. But I don't know where I'm going to go with this.
Nitpick my behavior, but not his. Right? Pause. Nitpick my behavior, but not his shit. If I went on his fucking panel,
Mike, you don't come to a panel and talk to a man like Ian like that. Okay? Now he really woke Ian up now. He's got his eyes almost completely open. And he's sick of this X Factor, Zetetic Warrior. He's sick of all of it. You're going to call out this behavior in me and not everyone else. I love it.
Talcot's down in the chat.
Talcot's.
Talcot's upset.
Talcot has morphed completely into a Joker-like demon.
Talcot, come up and help us narrate this.
Whoa! Watching, look, he's using my lingo. Watching, stalking, complaining, and mocking. Is that any take on watching, waiting, and hating? Watching, stalking, complaining, and mocking. Well, I am watching in a way. I'm not actually watching. I'm co-creating with you, Talcot, what you've wanted for so long. We're cross-platforming. Okay, we're crossing over together. We're crossing streams, Talcott. It's very intimate. So we're crossing streams, and I'm not stalking. Nope. That would be you here every day, all day, hiding in the back till you come forward to make a comment because you can't control yourself. And mocking, absolutely. It's what I do best. Mocking all the fools and clowns talking about saving everyone else in the world while they can't save themselves or their horrible broadcast.